Very good afternoon and welcome to round 14. Let's get down to business. It is, of course, the Alinta Energy Gippsland League coming to you live from the Bairnsdale City Oval on TRFM this afternoon. Great to have your company wherever you might be. Hopefully you are warm somewhere. This is going to be an absolute belter. Bairnsdale are currently inside the top 5, back on their home deck, and they play it very well. And this game holds the highest of importance. A win could put them into the top 3 at the end of the round. A loss might see the Redlegs continue to drop outside the top 5. The Lions, well, it's a similar boat for them. Their last 6 games has been 3 wins, 3 losses. Their best, they beat Leongatha. Their worst, they lose to a Warragul side. Form is poles apart. Moe today, they must turn up. And which one will it be? Well, time will tell. Great to have your company. My name's Daryl Cooling, and joining me are the team. Okay, callers. That is 2, because Rob Popplestone's not here. He has to be replaced by 2 of the best. Scotty and, of course, Nick Boxalacino. Gentlemen, good afternoon to you. Scotty, how are we?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Scud. What'd Poppy do right?
Yeah, no, Poppy's got he's got a cashy job this afternoon with Gary Ablett out at Mooba North Football Netball Club, so he decided to take the cashy and didn't want to volunteer his time this afternoon.
Yeah, sounds about standard.
All right, Boxer, how are you?
Yeah, great to be here, Scud. And Poppy, he's got a pretty big head, so it does take a couple of them to make one. So it's great to be here, and I'm looking forward to this game this afternoon, Scud. 2 good sides here. The one we get first will be the one that wins, I reckon, because I don't know which one's going to win.
All right, that's interesting. I'm not sure I quite worked out. Yeah, no.
We'll have to get the thesaurus out already.
Paul Carter, can you help us out? You're normally good with numbers. Are you good with words as well? Because that was difficult to listen to. What
that was hard.
Said.
Was it English?
I'm not sure.
Interesting thing here. Remember, we were talking about the competition being so close, and our league being the closest in all of Victoria. Since that time, that was a 26-point average. Since that time, I think we've averaged 20 points margins in games in the league. So it's getting closer and closer, which makes this game really vital. They were only separated by 1 goal when they played down at Moe earlier this year, and it's likely to be in single figures again this afternoon. But as you said, Daryl, the consequences of a win and a loss are immense at this stage of the season.
All right, who wins and by how much, Paul? What's your tip and what's your margin?
Moe and 5.
Moe and 5 for Paul. Okay, Boxer?
Yeah, I'm going to go Bairnsdale and 12, Scud.
Bairnsdale and 12. Scotty?
I'm going to go Moe 21.
All right, Moe 21. I'm going to go Bairnsdale as well. And this will be tight. This is going to be very tight, Boxer. I think it's going to be a point. It's going to be 1 point margin, and Bairnsdale win on the home deck. They do play it very, very well. What some of the key matchups are you looking forward to, Boxer?
Yeah, the interesting one for me will be when Kilty goes for. We know he's going to go forward, and you're going to have Prowse there as well. So Longbottom will be the one that gets one of those matchups at the moment too. So Longbottom for me would be the one that would go to Prowse. I think that'd be a better matchup for Longbottom, especially with the body strength that he has as well. So that key matchup for me is really important. Vickery may get the job on Kilty. I think, if Vickery does go back, Kilty's the one that they really need to stop, because he's very focused this afternoon, the coach of Moe. So I dare say he wants to get the job done.
Well, I can tell you, Boxer, that Longbottom's there, Vickery is there, Randall Stewart as well down back, Ricky Tatnell's back there as well, and Josh Lando in the back half of the Redlegs.
So, and Logan Austin, he's going to go back as well. So it'll be interesting too. He actually lied to me. He's going forward. So Logan Austin is going to go forward for Bairnsdale.
Wow.
So he did give me a little bit of a furphy pre-game. I wasn't giving away too much because it wasn't done on air either. Right. So I don't know what's going on there.
Let's have a look at the middle of the ground, Ethan. East will start in the ruck for the Redlegs, up against Chris Prowse from the Moe side. And Will Mitchell, as we expect, starts in the middle. In there is Matt Corbett as well. And you'd expect the Baldy boys in there as well. The umpire will get us underway for this round 14 clash. And the first tap down there, Baldy crashed his way through, met heavily by Blenheim, but a quick kick from Baldy. Goes inside his forward 50. And then out the back is Van Dyke. Will give a quick hand to receive the handball, does Van Dyke. The outlet kick just missed the target out there, and Tatner will come in the other direction and see it over for a boundary throw-in. I think I got my players mixed up. Baldy didn't get the clearance out the middle because Bairnsdale are going to the right of radio.
It looked like him, though.
It did. Did he kick it backwards, boy?
I think he kicked it the wrong way.
Did he kick it the wrong way, or have I got things all mixed up? Let's work on that. Danaher won the stoppage, handled over the shoulder, looks for a teammate in gold, gathers it, gives it out back. And a little side step there from the defender from Moe to relieve a little bit of pressure and get it to the outer side. And Baldy takes it, comes in bold, looks for Shields, missed him. Blenheim takes the mark on true centre wing. And he'll kick it to half forward. Tyron Reese has it. Good build up from the Red Legs. They're 60 metres out from their goal. Reese puts it to the hot spot. McCary out the back is East. Can't complete the mark. And that was Max. We're going to spoil and we'll have a boundary throw in deep inside Bairnsdale's forward 50.
Yeah, so Max East there actually played the role of defender to try and bring it to ground, but unfortunately for the forward, there's no crummers there to pick the footy up. So the ball's tossed back into play now around 20 metres around, and the big boy from Moe gets the hands to it first in Prowse, but can't get a clearance, and she stacks on the middle, and we might see a little bit of this today, I feel, and the umpire trots on in to toss it in the air.
Any matchups, Boxer, you've noticed from afar?
Now, Vickery has gone to... Actually, Longbottom has gone to Kilty, so that matchup is going to be a really good one this afternoon to keep an eye on as well.
Austin?
He's gone deep into the square. I just can't pick up... I think Mel Queen's gone to Austin as well. But Brodie Smith might have that job as well.
And that's his brother Brock.
And the umpire's plucked one out of nowhere there, and Bairnsdale's taken the ball to the top of the square with a free kick. There's numbers galore down there for Moe. They try and rush it through, and they do actually concede the point, but it looked for a split second there like Bairnsdale might kick the freakish goal to get things underway on the scoreboard.
That's the first score that's come at the 2-minute mark on the Virtue Home scoreboard. Bairnsdale leading by 1 behind.
So Scotty Van Dyke has it for the Lions. We'll come to the near side. Target will be Prowse, although Kilty will come in over the back. Couldn't complete the mark. Handballed out there was from Blenheim. Now to Cooper Harvey. Delivery inside forward 50. Couldn't quite get it on the chest there of East. Moe got some numbers. Van Dyke gets on the end of it. The releasing kick. And there's a Moe player down as well. Keep an eye on that one. That's an interesting one, Box.
Yep, that's Mel Queen.
And meanwhile, there's a free kick being paid to Moe on the far side, and Sim will be the recipient out there, and he doesn't look in a good way, Box.
No, he's not at all, mate. It was a heavy collision there with the ball come out. It was a great contest by both him and East, but Mel Queen come off second best.
Turnover there by Sim. And Mitchell takes the easiest of uncontested mark, goes back into Lockie Burn-Jones. He can mark at the 50, run inside it. Right foot delivery is good. No, good spoil in the end by Smith. Austin was the target. At ground level though, Burn-Jones. Squeeze a handball out to Austin. Around the body kick. Looking for Mitchell, couldn't find him. And it's been landed in the hands there of Trent Baldy.
And Baldy's little half kick there goes to true centre half backs, picked up there by Jordan Shields, a debutant. He rolls around, they get the ball up to half forward there in the direction of Jacob Wood. Wood can't mark. Ball at ground level. Moe win it. Hack kick forward to no one in particular. Kelty's the first one back there, but he can't take it cleanly to start with. He gets a little tap on there to a teammate, and the ball shoots out the front of the contest. Moe now with the ball in hand. Snap around the corner from the young fella. Welcome to senior football.
You don't mind.
Wowee. What a great spot. What a great feeling for the young fella as well. So young Jordan Shields kicks his first goal in senior footy, of his first touch in senior footy as well. So it's a great effort there as well. But every player from the Moe side has got around him as well. But he did give a bit of an arm salute to the crowd as well. He was pretty excited about it.
Let's call it, Boxer. It's a Zambrero goal today.
Absolutely, contender. Absolutely. Mark that as number one contender for the afternoon.
That goal has come at the 4-minute mark of the first quarter on the Virtue Home scoreboard. Moe now lead by 5 points. 1 goal straight, 6 to Bairnsdale, 1 behind.
Oh, good to see young Shields. He obviously in a right spot, and that's what you want for the small forward, to be in the right spot at the right time, and he took his moment, and that's a good way to start your senior footy career. First kick, first goal. Welcome to the Gippsland League.
Yeah, the ball's back in the middle now. It's Prowse and East. One there by East, caps it down. No one there. It's Blenheim there for Bairnsdale. Ball comes to ground. Baldy in the middle of things there with Mitchell. Ball comes to ground. We're going to have another ball up on the far side of this centre square, just away from the mud patch at the moment, so players are going to be quite clear of that as well. So it's Prowse and East. Ball comes down. East just thumps the ball forward. Gains 20 metres. Picked up there by Austin. Ball comes to ground. Mitchell's there as well for Bairnsdale. But only to be wrapped up there by Baldy. And the umpire's going to ball it up again inside the centre square. See what happens here. East wins the ball down again. This time though, he was won by his opponent. Prowse kicks the ball forward. No one there could mark there for either side. Ball comes to ground. Baldy's there for Moe. Wraps him up in the tackle. Ball's punched forwards. A really scrappy part of the ground at the moment. Ball comes to ground again. Geez, they come in hard. Well, they were lucky they're not to give away a free kick. And we're going to have another ball up. Centre forward for Moe.
Good work by Randall Stewart on that occasion, just to put his body on the line as well to cause that errant marking attempt. And we're going to stoppage top of the 50. Prowse taps it down. Mitchell will lead it out. Or they come in the other direction. That's surely a free kick to take Clay. And the umpire said no.
Nah, the umpire was blinded by that free kick too, because Clay definitely nearly had his head ripped off.
Again we go. East with a clear tap down. Mitchell does his best work in the clinches, in the stoppages. Get to the half forward. Logan Austin back with the flight. Great grab. Open forward line. Kicks it towards McCary. It's one-on-one. McCary! He'll mark it. He'll play on. And he'll kick a goal for the Redlegs. This guy is an excitement machine.
This is what they've got to do, Bairnsdale, as well. So their transition from the defensive 50 was great because they had the hit-up lead there from Austin. But what Austin actually realised that McCary was one out. And one out, he's very, very good. Don't be fooled by his frame because I know he's all bone, but I tell you what, he's got all talent because he got his player under the ball, and it was a beautiful snap goal as well.
Lead goes back to Bairnsdale, and they lead Moe by 1 point at the 6-minute mark of the first quarter. The Virtue Home scoreboard, Bairnsdale 1-1-7, Moe one goal, straight 6.
So back in the middle we come. The two big boys will go at it again, Prowse and East. East probably having the better of the contest at the moment in the ruck work. Prowse probably around the ground, and East gets his hand on this one again, bursting through, picking it up and hacking it forward. There was the Moe player in Corbett, but his kick's turned over at half-back now, and Moe will look to set things up here across the half-forward flank. Mark taken out here by Chris Prowse, the ruckman, who's getting a bit of a ball around the ground. He kicks in there towards the coach.
Brother.
The brother of the coach or the brother of the
Brother
kicker?
of the kicker, Nick.
So he now kicks up in the forward 50 direction. There's a big pack there that flies, and the only bloke who stayed on the ground was the bloke who took the mark in Hugh Longbottom. And as they tend to do, they look to switch play, and they do that straight away, and he finds Blenheim. He then goes wider afield and finds a teammate on the move there in Clay. Clay's got a handball option he ignores, comes back by foot into the middle of the ground. He finds Reese. Reese now goes to true centre half forward. The big boys down there fly. Austin's position 1A. Gets the Dukes up. Can't take it. Ball hits the ground. Snap kick goes to the top of the square. Bounces. And Jesse Bill's minor score only.
Bairnsdale leading by 2 points in the Virtue Home scoreboard. They are 1-2-8 to Moe, 1 goal straight 6.
Yeah, that was a really good build-up there by Bairnsdale as well. I just feel like that Bairnsdale are really trying to run hard that transition footy at the moment too, because the conditions are still very playable at the minute.
Maslin, out of fullback, went short. And found the teammate on the outer side in Jacob. Well, that's not Jacob Balfour on the outer side. He normally wears the long sleeves. We'll get to that one in a moment. Might have had a jumper change. Back it comes. Cloak puts it back inside forward 50 for the Redlegs. But Van Dyke, well, he marked it. Didn't get paid the mark in the end. And the umpire will call a stoppage.
Geez, they're putting the Moe defenders under a lot of pressure at the moment, Bairnsdale.
So the margin at the moment sits at 2 points. Over the shoulder, was it from the vicious tackle? Wasn't that vicious in the end. I probably got a little bit ahead of myself there from Prowse. They'll get another stoppage. Doing the ruck work for Bairnsdale is Oscar Clark, and he's going to be... Yes, he will get the free kick. So the non-experienced ruckman there receiving the free kick against the Chris Prowse. You don't sort of see that too often, do you, Box?
No, he's caught a block there too, Scud. So not sure how that was even really a block, because both players were one-on-one in that contest too. So he's just turned his body, and he's been given the free kick.
So Clark from 40 metres out, on its way, and he's hooked it out to the left. It's another minor score on the Virtue Home scoreboard. You can be inspired by Virtue Homes, the 3 unique homes. The double-storey Olivia, the family live in Kingston, and the ranch-style Windsor.
Bairnsdale 1-3-9, leading by those 3 points over Moe, who are 1 goal straight 6.
And it'll be Van Dyke of Moe to bring the ball in. He comes broadcast side and goes bang with the right leg. Comes out in the direction of a teammate. He goes straight over the head of Nick Prowse. Ball hits the deck there. Picked up beautifully at ground level by Cooper Harvey. His second forward 50 entry, and he finds a teammate straight away, laces him out. He plays on and kicks a little cute one around the corner, but too cute by half. And the Moe defence down there resolute. They'll see this one over the boundary line for a throw-in. Good work by Brock Smith. And the umpire will toss this one in around 15, 18 metres around from goal.
Geez, had his work cut out for him, Brock Smith, early in this quarter. He's been in all the contests so far. So luckily for Moe, he's down there at the minute.
So in the front spot there was Prowse, tapped it straight down in little tight traffic. Quick handball from Burn Jones, gives it to Mitchell. Straight up and down the kick goes. No one can win it. And then Baldy dives on top of it. And just to fix up some numbers here, they are still wearing the right numbers, but I'm getting my 13s confused with my 31s there, Boxer. And that's Hayward. Bairnsdale try and work hard from the stoppage. Mitchell with a little kick to the top of the square. It goes. But Brock Smith was back there. Squeezed a handball out. Van Dyke missed him on the run, on the 1-2. And we'll have another boundary throw in 10.5 minutes into the first quarter. Big moments this afternoon, all thanks to Moore Bowling Club. And it's thanks to the mysterious 6 tap at the Moore Bowling Club. It's called the Bilson's Twister. A hurricane of fruity flavour and a that packs a punch.
Thank you very much, Scud. Ball back in, still in Bairnsdale's forward line. Ball's probably going to find itself into the boundary line again, and it does. We're going to have another throw in. 20 around from Bairnsdale's goal. We've been played 11 minutes. We've got a 3-point lead to the Redlegs. So dangerous again inside their 50. Ball comes back in, it's Prowse and Clark. Ball comes to down, it's Baldy. And that's the Riley type. Can't win the ball out as well. Lachlan Burn-Jones is there for Bairnsdale. Ball comes inside. Still not much happening, but it's Trent Baldy who won the ball. Comes outside looking for Nick Price. Lando's there for Bairnsdale. And he sees the ball out. Is it right?
It's close. It starts with P at least.
Was it at the start?
No, it's okay, Box. We're not going to pick you up.
Thank you very much, my friend.
Very good work.
I really appreciate it. But I thought his name was Lando. Thank you very much.
Nick Prowse was the one you're looking for. But anyway, ball comes back in. It clears the two ruckmans. Corbett with a head over the footy. Nice win off the ground. Gives it to his helmet counterpart in Cloak, who gives it back to Corbett. The boys are waxing. The kick from Corbett is going to go down the throat of Van Dyke. He gets calls to play on. Steps around Bills. Right foot wobbly kick. Doesn't find the target. Burn-Jones shoved in the back. Stands up. Gives it across now to Lando. He in traffic. Does neat. And then the kick just comes off the side of the boot. But it's a mongrel punt. Can they win it here, the Redlegs? No. Free kick's going to go Bairnsdale's way. Moe's way, I should say. And that would be Brock Smith inside his defensive 50. 3-point margin at the moment. Favour the home side. Van Dyke found Trent Baldy, top of his defensive 50. He looks up. He wants to take ground on the outer side. Does it get over the top of Bills? It does. And it finds his teammate on the outer side in Maslin. Quickly got a runner, and that runner is Brock Smith. Right foot kick to half forward, looking for the coach in Kilty. Had to become the defender. Second effort was good from Kilty. And then just a little bit overzealous, so the free kick will go to Tyron Reese.
So it'll be Reese on the halfback flank, and he comes centrally with a dangerous kick, but does find the target. And it's one of our mates in the helmet there in Cloak, and then Cloak comes wider again. He gets the ball out here to Cooper Harvey. He's been good by foot so far today, Harvey. This kick here looks to be no exception. A couple of options on, and he finds Lando there in the long sleeve and the pink boots. He gets onto the right shoe and goes down the line to a contest. Ball out the back, no one able to pick it up cleanly initially. Now it falls into the hands there of McCreary. He goes towards the more central position. Bairnsdale there suited by the numbers, picked up there by Blenheim, but he's wrapped up in a big tackle. And the umpire will come in and ball this one up. 48 metres out, directly in front of the Bairnsdale goal. And up and down she goes. And it's Moe with a big thump away, but the kick's going to come almost straight back in. You would suggest it goes up and down the chimney initially. Max Woodall gets onto it. He can't take cleanly at ground level. Now they've looked to have a little bit of time here, the Moe boys, and it will be that man there in Baldy of the Trent variety. His kick goes over the top of Shields, however. Picked up out here by the Bairnsdale defensive. Made the cardinal rule of handball into the ruckman look good. And now they go through Randall Stewart. Centre of the ground goes long down the line. The big boys set themselves. A double fister from the Moe defence. They can't get it clear as it comes down to little Jesse Bills. And he's pinged for holding the footy. And the umpire says advantage play on. And the Moe bloke said, that's not a bad idea, I'll do it. So it ends up in the hands of Danaher. He flicks a handball further afield there to a teammate in Jacob Balfour. He goes long down the line to a 2-on-1 that favours Bairnsdale. The 2-on-1 becomes a 3-on-1, becomes a 4-on-1, and Wader numbers wins out. And they'll steady the ship here through Lando again.
Gives it to Stewart, and Stewart will square it up to East on his defensive 50. Oh, he sold some candy too, and then gives a handball across to Vickery. Left foot kick from Vickery, inboard. It's just been played between the arcs, and it's Scrappy at the moment. Trent Baldy picked it off, back towards Prowse, can't complete the mark. Front and square there was Wood. Squeezed a handball out to Prowse. Going to ground, though, was Balfour. Somehow gets left boot to ball. Dribbles in towards Kelty. Hard up on the boundary line. Longbottom said, I'll push you over. He was lucky there, Box.
Yes, he was too, and he did a great job, Longbottom, to get the tackle in. But it's like suicide footy. They're just pumping the footy inside 50 with no real structure. That's both sides as well, because Bairnsdale is dominating inside 50. But they just seem to be playing the same style at the moment, hoping and praying that one of their big fellas will mark.
They seem to be trying to move the ball quickly while this conditions are still favourable somewhat with the dry footy. And they're just sort of trying a little bit too hard for my liking at the moment.
The game's clogged. There's a lot of numbers around the footy at the minute.
Can they get something here, Moe? Inside their forward 50, though Bairnsdale have got some numbers. Out there was Rees, the outlet kick out to Hamilton. Can find him on the chest, and he turns and goes. Left foot, neat little kick over the top. Kieran Vickery, it sits for him nicely. Half forward flank. The kick inside forward 50. Does it find McCary? No, it doesn't. And it goes off his fist, and in the end, it goes over for a boundary throw-in. Transition footy much better then, though.
Heaps better off their half-back line as well. And I like the one out inside 50, especially in that build-up. So if you move the ball quick enough, and you've got McCreary or Logan Austin one out inside 50, it's probably a better option.
So boundary throw-in. In the ruck duties there was Lockie McGrath for the Lions. You can hear the coaching staff through our effects mic giving some good instructions for both sides. We've got another stoppage here. East tapped it down. Danaher kicked around his body. Relieved a little bit of pressure. Goes towards the boundary line. Out there is Corbett. Swoops on it. Right foot kick is not going to find the target. Riley Baldy takes the intercept mark at half back. He's going to square it up. Goes to Brock Smith. And Brock Smith will come to the near side as well. His kick, though, was smothered. Now they're going to work hard, the Lions defence. Maslin tried to crash his way through. Got a handle to Baldy. Now further afield out wide to Golds. Can they get some pressure? No, because the Bairnsdale pressure is up to it. Corbett, left foot, inside forward 50. At the toes there. Couldn't complete the mark. On that occasion was Kieran Vickery who's gone forward. They stand tall to the Lions. Mulqueen will kick around his body and would find Shields at halfback.
So Shields on the halfback flank now. Game number 1. 1 kick, 1 goal so far for the young fella. He just steadies the ship, plays above his age, doesn't he? Just calms things down and says, I'll go long down the line to the ruckman. A big Prowse flies. Ball comes off hands and goes out of bounds. Centre wing, far side of the ground.
Inside 50s at the moment are 14-4 Bairnsdale's way.
They've just dominated the inside 50s without the reward at the moment, Bairnsdale.
In fact, the last 7 inside 50s for Bairnsdale yielded nothing.
So ball thrown back into play. Cloak hammers the ball forward up to half forward here for Bairnsdale. No one able to take it cleanly initially. A little flick on handball there finds Bills. His tackle, though, he's tackled as he tries to get rid of it, and the ball just goes half kick. And McCreary gets it, but he's wrapped up in a tackle straight away by Tyler Pratt, and the umpire will ball this one up 35 out directly in front of the Bairnsdale goal. A tap into a little bit of space here spells a little bit of danger for Moe, but they've got the numbers back there and they go through hands initially. Danaher now by foot finds Baldy. Baldy comes back inside, finds the bro.
Closer is another bald guy out there, Scotty. Taj Eden will confuse you all day. Don't worry about that.
Well, he's done a good job of it because now Bairnsdale are off to the races through Cooper Harvey. His kicking's been outstanding around the field all day, but not so good on goal, and he goes minor score only.
And it takes Bairnsdale to 1 goal, 4-10 on the Virtue Home scoreboard. They lead by 4 points. Moe are 1 straight 6.
He definitely has, Scotty, because he's got a beautiful left foot. They've got a couple of beautiful left footers too, that Bairnsdale side as well, especially off half back. Ball comes back inside from Van Dyke, and he finds Ben Maslin deep in the back pocket here. He's going to chip the ball through again. The kick was good. Van Dyke had to make a bit up the ground as well. Kicks down the line, just in front of the commentary position here, looking for Prowse, and he marks well. And he marks really well in front of Ricky Tatnell of Bairnsdale. The umpire's found a 50. I'm not sure for what. I'll just turn my eyes away for about 3 milliseconds, and the umpire's paid a 50. Tatnell's working his way down to get on the mark. Got the Prowse. He's looking for his brother, and that is Nick. Ball comes inside 50. The ball comes to ground. Noah marks. In front of goal there is Jacob Wood. He snaps around the corner. He's able to do what Bairnsdale haven't been able to do when the ball goes inside 50. And he snaps his first goal of the afternoon.
Yeah, almost cruel there for the Bairnsdale boys. They've dominated play, dominated territory. The ball goes down Moe's end once, and good front and centre. You've only got to get the ball on your hands on the ball once or twice if you play that role to have a big impact on the scoreboard, and that's a really important goal to Moe.
Both Moe's goals to Shields and Wood are very similar looking, roving off the packs there. So it takes Moe to a 2-point lead on the Virtue Home scoreboard at the 19-minute mark of the first quarter. We have Moe 2 goals straight 12, leading Bairnsdale 1-4-10, and the inside 50s are 5-16 at this stage.
Can I ask why the umpires get the ball on the far side of the ground and the centre of the circle's over on this side of the ground, and they've got to run 30 metres through the mud?
They run through the mud just to cut it up just a little bit, but that's okay. Lucky you're not an umpire boxer. You wouldn't even be out there. Prowse with the tap down. Picked it off Burn Jones. Around his body with his right foot. Doesn't go a great deal of distance. Read beautifully in the air because it was 1-on-4. Brock Smith for the Lions. Intercepts it. Goes to the ruckman in Chris Prowse. He wants to run it, but they were just a little bit ahead of him, so he decides to kick to open space. Out to McGrath. He drops the mark. Out there now is Tatnell. No free kicks to the umpire. Scotty wanted it. Hamilton will give a forward handball to Harvey. And Harvey will deliver beautifully. They got some space on the outer side. Vickery goes in towards McCary. 1-on-1 with his opponent there in Pratt. Good work by Tyler Pratt, though. Can win the footy by himself, and he can outlet kick. And he can find a teammate. And that gets towards centre-half back area where Brock Smith gets on the end of it. His right foot kick to the wing. They have to stand and wait, as Woodall. And he does just that. Quick handball to Danaher. Left footer. drives it in. Prowse will be the target. They'll form, but they can't get to him. And the Bairnsdale defenders spoiled each other on that occasion. And an easy mark for Nick Prowse. He wants to play on quickly, and he goes to Declan Kelty. It's a poor kick. It's missed everyone. It's going to go through over for a boundary throw-in in the end. Baldy decided not to rush it and get a boundary throw-in.
A rush of blood there too by Prowse. He probably was in range. It's one of those things where they had the ball inside 50 in a dangerous position, and he gave the ball up pretty easily like that. That was pretty disappointing for him.
Is it because the coach called?
Maybe.
It's one of those that you want to give it to the coach when maybe you back yourself.
I definitely would have as well. The kick inside by Danaher was fantastic as well.
Grabbed out of the ruck there by Nick Prowse. Quick shot on goal, misses minor score. Virtue Homes scoreboard. Keep your eyes peeled for a Virtue Homes new display home opening soon.
3-point lead to Moe, 2-1-13 to Bairnsdale 1-4-10.
So it'll be long bottom to bring the ball back into play, and he goes far side of the ground and finds Corbett. Corbett set his play down here on the half-back flank. And what are we doing here, Scud?
Sorry, mate. Cloak and Corbett confuse us.
Well, one will be one and one will be the other, and I'll get them wrong all day. But nonetheless, Moe now, Bairnsdale now just hack the ball forward to the half-forward line. It's a really nondescript kick to nothing when they had possession of the ball and looked to be going pretty cleanly. Moe happy to see it over the boundary line for a throw-in. Far side of the ground. What do you got for us there, Box?
I've got around the grounds thanks to Harvey Norman Gippsland in the AFL. The Giants 6-1-37. They lead the Suns 3-5-23.
Just got to sharpen up a little bit with their skills in the middle part of the ground, they do, both sides.
So it's Bairnsdale now hacking the ball forward again to no one in particular. Ball will stay in play. It favours Moe through the numbers, and they win the ball here. One handball, one kick might be the way to go. And there's the handball. We get the handball back now, and Woodall's off through the middle. He laces a pass out there and finds the coach on the charge beautifully. So Kelty right in the middle of the slop. He comes out laterally looking for the runner, Haywood. Haywood gets onto it, and he gets a little Kernahan style floating punt kick forward. Mark taken, plays on straight away. And speaking of a Kernahan floating punt kick, he's played on from 30 out almost directly in front and finished 35 out on the full by Nick Prowse. He's actually missed that by further than he was from the goals when he kicked it, Box.
There's a bit of rush of blood. I just don't know whether, they just anticipate getting the pressure behind him. But, he's a big, tall lad. He's got a good foot.
Well, 3 points is the margin. Moe do lead it. They come to the near side. Clay can mark outside the danger zone for the minute. He'll kick to the wing. He's got someone on, and that someone is Lando. And Lando looks up, looks down the line. He wants someone to present, and it might be Randall Stewart in the end. It's didn't quite get there. Oscar Clark on all fours, tried to shuffle it forward, attacking it hard with Riley Baldy. Gives it to Smith, handball down towards the boundary line. McCary's a long way from home, couldn't keep it in, and it's over for a boundary throw-in.
Gee, he's around the footy, don't you, Baldy, when he's there. He's there to win it every single time.
Yep.
Hard as a cat's head.
Yeah, and there's two of them, and they're exactly the same. 23 and 3/4 minutes into this first quarter for Virtue Homes. 3 point is the margin. Hasn't reached great heights at the moment. Burn Jones's kick was smothered by Baldy. It went back the other way. And there's Cullinan. At ground level, has to win it. Moe won't hold the footy. There's Baldy again fighting. Cullinan hammered it towards Corbett. Inboard to the big ruckman in East. Just barrels one, and I mean barrels one.
Holy.
60 metres inside forward 50. Mulqueen for Moe's back there. Can gather it, relieve a little bit of pressure. Golds on the end of it. Chip kick over the top of Wood's head. And just skipped through Prowse's hands. East said, I'll see it over for a boundary throw-in. And we'll have a stoppage. 24 minutes gone.
With all these entries too, you've got to give a lot of credit to the Moe defenders as well at the minute. They're really repelling these forward thrust by Bairnsdale, and they're doing a great job at it.
Boundary throw in front spot there, Riley Baldy. Quick kick. Balfour's got to go. He's got to work on two. Good little spoil to cause the 50-50. Sim had the footy, lost it, holding the footy. Play on. Cloak will roll onto this one. Give it out to his youngster counterpart in Hamilton. And the youngster has a bounce. He's got a youngster chasing him as well in Shields. Hamilton flying shot on goal. Is a Zambrero goal. It's a point though, and I'll get excited for absolutely nothing.
2 point lead to Moe at the 25-minute mark of the first quarter. Virtue Home scoreboard 2-1-13 Moe. Bairnsdale 1-5-11.
Well, it was an exceptionally good point, Darryl, so no harm getting excited about that.
There's no voucher for that though.
Well, you don't have to necessarily kick a goal to get the voucher, as we found out down at MAFA earlier this year.
Very true.
Moe will bring the ball back into play. Coming out the commentary box side, not able to complete the mark out there was Brock Smith. Ball at the ground to be won, and Moe will just settle things down here through Max Woodall. He just draws an opponent. No, he then doesn't give the handball. He goes by boot and turns it over, and that time it's Lockie Cloak in the helmet. So Cloak right in the middle of the mud. He gets a handball off to the ruckman. He doesn't go the barrel this time. He just chips a little 7-iron down there to the leading forward in Reese. Reese wins it at ground level, pops a handball over to no one in particular, and Moe will settle things down here through Woodall. He goes through hands and back towards Van Dyke. He gets barrelled in a tackle. Ball at ground level again to be won. And coming, the umpires found a free kick there, even though Mulqueen had picked the footy up. And it'll go
and he's
to Moe
50.
And 50, because I reckon someone's just giving him a little bit of feedback on the free kick and said, we don't disagree, but you weren't necessarily 100% right, so we'll have 50. And Mulqueen now from the middle of the ground goes forward, looks for and finds a teammate out there in Blackshaw. Blackshaw 55 from home. 2-on-2 in front of him initially, but now the numbers flood back, so there's a quorum down there. Ball comes in, ball hits the deck. No one able to win at the ground level. Boundary line will win. No, Moe do win the footy at ground level. Snap across the face a goal. It looked like it was going to score nothing. It looked like it was going to be a goal, and in the end it's just lobbed in the other forward pocket for a ball up. That looked like it was going through for a second there, Box.
It did. I actually thought it was going to go through, and I thought we were going to do a put valve if he did, because it would have been an absolutely ripper of a goal.
Jacob Wood it was. So inside forward 50 for the Lions. Baldy squeezed a handball out. That was Riley, gave it to Trent. We've got a legging or a trip, as you more or less know it as. Free kick.
His work rate's unreal.
Yep.
Like, he just works
Riley
so
Baldy.
hard.
So late in this first quarter for Virtue Homes, 27 minutes gone. It's a 2-point margin in favour of the travelling Lions. And this is an all-important one. Big moment for the Moore Bowling Club right here. As Trent Baldy comes in, grandstand side. Right footer. Puts it on its way, starts at the left goal post, works back nicely. Here's the ultimate professional. Here's Riley Baldy, and he puts it through for the Lions, and they just get a nice little buffer just on quarter time.
He definitely is, Scud. And it was just the way he actually hit the ball at foot, because he made it swing in his favour. And it was just a beautiful kick, and he kicked it with a little bit of authority as well. So his afternoon started very, very well, Riley Baldy. And Bairnsdale have got a few worries at the minute.
That takes Moe to an 8-point lead. We're 28 minutes into the first quarter. The Virtue Homes scoreboard, Moe 3-1-19, leading Bairnsdale 1-5-11. Riley Baldy 9 disposals for this quarter.
Ball's back in the middle now. The umpires decided to come on this side of the ground, so they must have been listening, Scud, because they're not going to walk through the mud this time.
Got the earpiece in.
So the ruckmen are at it. It's East and Prowse again, as it has been in the whole quarter. Prowse wins the ball down. Ball comes to ground. Burn Jones is there for Bairnsdale. Mitchell over the ball, gets the handball out. Ball still in there. Tatnall. Actually, it's Cloak. Now, Nemesis. Is it? No. Other one. We'll get it right. By the afternoon, it's Corbett. They're all just as good as each other. East wins the ball down, wants to thump the absolute leather off it. The umpires found a free kick, a Shepparton free kick, and it's against East, who went for the punch.
We might have to get some ruckmen in just to discuss this. Yeah, this is becoming a bit of a, not just this week, but it's all year, I reckon. I've been confused with the ruck free kicks.
And it definitely has. He's gone laterals with Mulqueen. Mulqueen plays on, kicks the ball inside 50. Wood's there for Moe. Ball comes to ground. No one's there really to win the ball. Danaher will get his head over the ball. But then again, one there by Mitchell. He gets the handball out to Hamilton. He kicks his ball beautifully left foot onto the wing. Finds his teammate out wide there, who I can't really make out at the moment. He comes inside the Corbett. He marks on the chest. Umpire says play on. Oh! And his head's driven into the ground too as well. But the ball must have actually had a double bounce before he marked it on his chest. And we've got a ball up on the wing here. Main City Oval here at Bairnsdale.
So Corbett wins it from the stoppage again. Burst out of the pack. Left foot kick around the body. Goes towards half forward. Defending was good there from Maslin. And that's James. Umpire comes in. 29 3/4 minutes we've just ticked over.
Really backed himself in there, Maslin, too, didn't he? Left his opponent to impact that football. Good football.
Yeah, he's only a youngster as well. That's what you want to see from these young kids. They're exciting. Another ball up. Big tap down by Prowse. Front spot there was Burn Jones. Rain just starting to fall now. So, as predicted, we knew the rain would come. No one's really taken advantage of this one. Off the back of that pack was Hamilton. Left foot kick around. The body does nicely and goes in the hands of Max East, whose right foot kick inside forward 50 on the chest of Logan Austin. And the siren can't be too far away. Logan Austin will go back. He doesn't know it though. He's right on 50. The man on the mark's about 45. He's going to play on, wheel around on the right foot and bang it from 50 metres across the face. Tyron Reese can mark on his chest just inside the field of play. Has he got the mark? No.
The goal umpire put the fist up to say it was out of bounds, so he might have double grabbed that and gone over the boundary line before he completed the mark.
So no shot on goal, no mark. It is as stands. 30 minutes the first quarter went. And we see Moe leading 3-1-19, leading Bairnsdale 1 goal 6-12.
Then another behind.
No, that was out of bounds, Paul. Was it 1 goal 5, are you saying?
Yep.
1-5-11 they are for the Redlegs. And Moe 3-1-19. That's an 8-point margin at quarter time. And that was all thanks to Virtue Homes. You are listening to Gippsland Live right here on TRFM. And it's thanks to Harvey Norman, Electrical Gippsland.
It's the Gippsland League top 5 for round 13. Number 1, it's Jonah Walker here from Bairnsdale. Great work out of the ruck, taking it and going all the way. Slipped over for his troubles as well, but it didn't matter because it went through the middle. Number 2, Thomas Marriott crashing and bashing his way through. Got the snap away. Oh yeah, a great goal.
With Marriott set play from a stoppage around the body. Don't tell me he's done it again. I'm going to have to. He's done it again.
Number 3, Harrison Sim here from Moe. He was front and centre. It wasn't his greatest kick, but look at it go. Tumbling and fumbling all the way through. Number 4, Jed Land from Warrigal. He took his opponents to the candy shop. Look at him go. Around another one. Then the big snap. Oh, yes. Number 5, Maddox Malone here from Sale. Check out this effort. I don't mind the pass, the little toe poke, but the dribble was fantastic. Look at it go home.
Leongatha 139 to Warrigal 117, so we've got a tight one down there. I reckon the conditions aren't that great. Talking about not great conditions, one Thaggy, apparently it's pretty poor down that way as well. 2-2-14, they lead Terrelgan 117. And Morwell 4-1-25 to Maffrey yet to score.
Paul Carter for Gippsland Ozuzu Ute. Some of the key stats, just quickly.
Well, the stats should say the Bairnsdale are way ahead. The 21 inside 50s to 9, 14 clearances to 10. The main stat winner, Will Mitchell, 9, and 9 also for Riley Baldy.
All right, second quarter for Club Eastwood this afternoon is underway, and East got high, tapped it down. Harvey off the back of the pack. A forward handball, missed Mitchell though, and Van Dyke will come the other direction like a steam train. Give it off to Sim, and Sim will go towards the leading target and find Kilty. Man on the marks, 48 metres out, swings and goes. Right foot kick towards Prowse. The tall guys don't get any smaller, and when they're out in front at eye level, they can elevate and take the mark in front. Good movement by the Lions.
It has beautiful movement by the Lions as well. And then when the ball's kicked at height, when these guys can stretch, they've got another metre or so in arm length that they've got to try and spoil. And they've done it very well in the first quarter, the Lions, and they've started that way again in the second quarter.
Set up by Scotty Van Dyke off the half-back flank. Now in the hands of Nick Prowse, directly in front, right footer. He's hit the upright. Slams into the post. 53 seconds in for the Moe Racing Club.
3-2-20 Moe, and that's a 9-point lead over Bairnsdale, 1-5-11.
And it'll be a long bottom to bring it back in here for Bairnsdale, and he comes broadcast side, which is fantastic news because we'll have a clue who's going to get it. He goes in the direction of East, but it's Lando getting in there early doors, and he gets both dukes up and swallows the footy. So on the half-back flank, he says, come at me, come at me, come at me, and then kicks it straight over their heads. And it's a huge fly, but not completing the mark. There was East. Ball hits the deck, and the umpire says that's a toss. And the free kick will go to Riley Baldy. Possession number 10 coming up about a minute into the second quarter box.
Jeez, the whistle's really quick this afternoon with some of the decisions by the umpires.
That was a good one, though. Goes board. Maslin's in there. And 2 bites at it. Takes the grab right in the middle of the ground. Wants to get out of there. Now he gets called to play on. Goes back in there by hand. Baldy said, I'll take it. Riley drives it towards the key targets. It scoots out the back. Numbers favour Bairnsdale, but Wood quickly changes that. He fights for it. Runs out of real estate, though. We'll get a boundary throw in. 2 minutes in. Margin's at 9 points now.
And that was the difference with Baldy when he won that ball then too through the middle of the ground. He made up 30 or 40 metres just to get that handball, and he wants the footy. So there's a little bit of difference between him and his opponent at the moment.
So McGrath and East will go to ruck work down here just a couple of metres around from the Moe goal. Ball hits the deck, picked up beautifully. Sharks round 1, Rovers around 2. Flying shot on goal from Jacob Wood, and that's their second shot on goal and their first major for the second quarter. And that's a Zambrero Terrelgan goal of the day candidate if ever you see one box.
Yeah, he loves it. He loves all that hard work, inside work as well, Jacob Wood, and that was a great snap at goal. So his 2 goals this afternoon have come from fantastic roving inside 50, but some really good signs early here for Moe. Just their intent at the moment to win the ball and get the ball inside 50, but they've just been dominating that part of it in this early 2 to 3 minutes of this second quarter.
15-point lead now to Moe, 2 minutes into the second quarter. The Club Eastwood scoreboard has Moe at 4-2-26, leading Bairnsdale 1-5-11.
Yeah, spot on. Bairnsdale need to get a wriggle on. They've got to get their fluency going they normally do on their home deck. They're not going to get it here. Has wrapped up Blenheim. A Danaher strong tackle. They'll have a secondary stoppage. East double bounce, then thumps it forward, clears the congested area. Burn Jones gives a handball to Corbett. Back to East. East is just going to nice little check kick with the drop punt. Top of the 50 it goes. Out there was Reese. Harvey tried to handball to some open space. Austin will come out to meet it. Gather it. He caused 3 Moe players to go to him. And then ducking the head was Blenheim. And they jump on top of him. The umpire said no prior. Certainly Logan Austin attacks it hard. Draws a crowd. And if that happens, he'll have some free players. He's a smart player. Now he does the ruck duties, does the coach. Danaher and Mitchell, 2 hard nuts box.
This is where the midfielder are really on top at the moment with Moe as well. So with East trying to punch the ball forward, I just got to see a bit more fluency in that ruck work at the moment, utilising his midfield.
Austin trying to get towards Burn-Jones. Blenheim gives a handball to Harvey. Left footer on the boundary line. Into the centre square, centre corridor. And a strong body work and mark. This time it's Tyron Reese. He knows exactly what to do with his body. He's a small player, but a tough, nuggety forward that he is.
He definitely is, and we saw him turn a game around here again too, and that was the Sale game where he was so dominant inside 50. Body work was perfect then as well. The kick was just as good. Now he's just got to finish it all off, Scud.
So this is a big moment for him right here, all thanks to the Moe Racing Club. They won't want this to go through, the supporters down there though, but Tyron Reese will. And his right foot kick, he's missed it. Breeze out there, Boxer, just slide a little bit from left to right.
There wouldn't be anything that would say there was a disadvantage at either end as well.
1-6-12 is the Bairnsdale score on the Club Eastwood scoreboard. 14 points in arrears of Moe, who are 4-2-26.
And Van Dyke will bring it in and look for Prowse for the kicks. Gone slightly off the side of the boot. And old Rubber Guts East there's dropped a chesty. And the umpires found a free kick. It'll go the way of Lachlan Burn-Jones. 55 out. And there's my man East as hard as a cat's head going for it again. Yes, I'm trying to suck up, but Moe will win the ball across the half-back line. A big 2-on-1 down here with the coach. The coach on the second grab. Kelty takes the ball cleanly on centre wing.
Open forward line. You're going slow though, Scotty.
They are indeed. He's held it up now. He's more or less going to have to go short, you would suggest. No, he goes long down the line. He has found a 1-on-1 down there with Big Prowse putting the dukes up. Going back there was Lando and done a sterling job to kill that contest about 52 metres around from the Bairnsdale goal.
Yeah, much better there by Lando too, because he got in front and just didn't allow Prowse to get those long arms up in the air. So it was a good play there by Lando. We've got a throw in. Ball comes back in. East and Prowse. That'll be Chris. Ball comes to ground. Trent Baldy's there for Bowie, but he's happy for the ball to go over the line. We've got another throw in here, just inside the 50 for Moe. So dangerous signs again for the Red League. So really making their defenders work overtime. Ball comes back in East. He goes down the ground. Ben Danaher gets the handball out to Trent Baldy. Kicks the ball inside 50, top of the 50 there. No one can mark. The ball comes down the ground. Picked off there by, couldn't pick up who that was, Balfour. And his left foot kick goes just point side for another throw in here inside Moe's 50.
Probably the actual dream result, getting the out of bounds rather than coughing up the point there, Box, because now they'll get to keep the ball in that forward 50. And Big East has battled from the forward end to the back end here, and I think he might be out of petrol tickets, so it should be advantage Moe out of the ruck contest.
Right.
Having said that, East says, I'll just get the tap down to a teammate and we'll clear this space nicely. And they do it through hands initially, and it's Mitchell, and he gets a handball on there to Cloak. Cloak now moves the ball sideways out in the back pocket where Randall Stewart marks. He goes a little chip kick back in through the middle, finds Corbett. The boys with the helmets confusing us nicely. He gets on the left leg and goes out to Lockie Burn-Jones. So Bairnsdale just steadying the ship in the back six here. He just pats the dog and says, let's just settle things down a little bit, and goes a little 9-9 down there to the leading McCreary, who's a long way from goal, but he marks on the half-back flank, and he goes another little 9-9 down there. This time they can probably take it and play on if they wish, but they don't, and Randall Stewart just holds things up on centre wing. So Stewart now comes in with another little pass. The short passing game worked there for a little while, but now they've turned it over in a dangerous spot, Scud.
Yeah, they have. However, though, the Lions kick just dumped it down the line, and Big E said, I'll take it. He'll give it backwards to Reese, who now went back inboard to Lockie Cloak, and you just get the sense now, Bairnsdale being told in the back half we want to hold onto the footy and possess it. That switching kick's a good one to Tatnell. He's got Harvey on, but Tatnell slipped over and just gives him a wry smile and said, I'll have to reset and go again. Vickery now presents in the space. Just kicks on his head a little bit, but Vickery, Woodall did well to cause the contest. Attacking it hard was Harvey. Missed the handball, though, to Lando. Now Woodall has to go down at ground level. The Lions come to him and support him. They cause the turnover, or the 50-50. We've got a boundary throw in now, 8 minutes into the second quarter for the Moe Racing Club. 14 points in favour of Moe.
And I'm going to back East to win the ruck tap here because no one's going against him. He gets a backhander in towards there. Danaher of Moe. He can't take the ball cleanly. Baldy at ground level. No, it's not Baldy. It's his lookalike, Scud. Who's that?
Yeah, that's Danaher. No, Taj Eden's a lookalike.
Taj Eden's a lookalike. But nonetheless, Bairnsdale have got the free kick here in the middle of the ground, and it's Burn-Jones going into the middle. He finds Lockie Cloak. He goes via the hands to Mitchell. Mitchell now a little chip kick in there, and it's a really nice mark taken across the half-forward line there by Austin.
Yeah, just the composure there of Mitchell to lower the eyes and find Austin.
Has he got the leg on him here, Box?
He definitely has.
And he says, I don't. I'm going to go short to the pocket and over kicks it, and potentially another wasted opportunity here in the Bairnsdale forward 50, Nick.
And this is where the drop of confidence is too now, Scotty, as well, because we've seen once upon a time Austin have shots and goals from the 50.
Free kick there. Whether it was out of bounds on the full, it may have just ricocheted off someone's foot there, but Braden McCary has a shot on goal, Scotty.
Oh, we like McCary too.
Oh.
And he's hard up against the boundary. He's stuck between a couple of Isuzus about 30 metres around. And we're going to back him with the Boonana here, Box.
Yeah, he definitely will. He's renowned for these sort of goals. He's his favourite pocket.
He goes with the drop punt, gives it a good look, but it's gone across the face. The big boys fly. No one can take the mark. Moe will do well here to rush this over, but before they can, the umpire comes in and says, we'll toss it up. We're about halfway between the point post and the goal post, about 1.2 metres out from the Bairnsdale goal, and they need the next one. Nice tap down from Prowso, and they're happy to see it over the boundary line. Clever play there by the Moe defence.
Scotty, I'll quickly get some other scores. Thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture, Gippsland, Newborough, 2-4-16. They trail Fish Creek, 4-2-26. Thorpedale, 1-1-7. MDU, 2-2-14.
So boundary throwing inside. Now the forward 50 for the Redlegs. Reese runs onto this one, kicks around the body. Danaher was there, picked it off and then barrelled it out. Looking for Prowse, can't complete the mark, Nick. Ground level now favours the Redlegs. Taking that one on, twisting through traffic is the youngster Cullinan. And then he goes inside with his boot, gets over to the back. Austin will meet it. He'll gather it, give a handball off now to Burn Jones. He's got time. He wanted McCary to come back at him. And the Lions defender just read that one a little bit better. He knew what he wanted to do there, and Maslin with a nice mark. He relieves the pressure, kicked it out towards Chris Prowse, who took the mark. He's defensive 50. Got called to play on it and then handballed straight into Lockie Burn-Jones. And we'll have a boundary throw in. 10.5 minutes in. Second quarter. Big moments all thanks to the Moore Bowling Club. The mysterious sixth tap at the Moore Bowling Club now is the Bilson's Twister.
We're not throwing here. Prowse is on his own. No one there to contest the ball with him as well. Ball comes down to ground. A lot of players over the ball. Blenheim's there for Bairnsdale. The umpire's going to come in and ball it up. It's just inside 50 for Bairnsdale, so this is a real crunch moment for them too. Prowse gets the ball to ground. Blenheim's there again for Bairnsdale. He's wrapped up. And we're going to get another ball up. Probably gained about 2 or 3 metres then, but that's all.
Boxer, for those listening, of course, down in the valley, we know it's absolutely bucketing down there. But here, no rain. It's a little bit dark. The lights are on, but at this stage, the rain is held off.
So we've got Blenheim now. We don't know why the free kick was given there too. The stoppage was created, but then the umpires found one. So Blenheim is 40 metres out on a 45-degree angle, left footer coming in. It might be out his distance range here. And the ball was smothered again by Riley Baldy. How many times do we see Riley Baldy smother the ball on all the games that we do call for Moe?
You're spot on with the distance. He just sensed that he had to swing around a little bit, and Baldy was up to that one. Just knew what he was trying to do, and then smothered that one. So we've got another stoppage. 12 minutes have ticked over in the second quarter. East with a front spot. Working hard was Harvey. Had a little bit of a fresh area. Mitchell's been very good. Right foot kick. Top of the square it goes. McCary in the front spot. Can't complete it. Reese is there. Shuffled one out. He's been called a throw. And the Lions win the free kick. Scotty Van Dyke is always busy across half back. We taking Scotty Van Dyke's touches.
8 disposals in the first quarter, and that's his second for this quarter.
So he kicks it laterally to Maslin. Didn't gain any forward meterage. And now Maslin's outlet kick certainly does, and that's an absolute beauty. Can find a teammate on the outer side. He handballs forward now as they kick to half forward, and Declan Kelty marks at half forward. The build-up strong. He rolls around. The right foot kick into the pocket it goes towards Prowse. It lands at his toes and goes over for a boundary throw-in.
I'm not sure the coach will be overly impressed with that kick in there off his own boot, because they really had some good space inside towards the boundary line there. That ball hits him in the air and he's at least a 50% chance of taking a mark, but as it was, it pitched a good 3 or 4 metres in front of him, spat sideways, and they've got the forward 50 stoppage.
Of course, remember there's 2 Maslins out there today, James and Ben, so both playing some good footy in the back half of the Lions.
So it was McGrath and East doing the ruck work there, and as per usual, the experienced ruckman wins, gets a free kick for his team, and that'll go Will Mitchell's way in the back pocket. So Mitchell looks to come in board. He's really keen to come across the face of goal, but decides discretion is a better part of valour. Runs his full 15 and then kicks it as far as he can, long down the line. 3-4 players fly for the football, but no one's able to win it. The ground level, Moe shoot a handball forward. That was Danaher with his hand on it. The kick comes inboard here towards Shields. The young fella goes to ground unable to pick it up cleanly, but the umpires come in and found a free kick. Shields takes advantage of that and kicks to the hot spot, top of the square. Prowse flies, ball at ground level now to be won. Shields goes back in, but the umpire says, I found a free kick, and it's going to be a throw against Moe, and that'll go to Bairnsdale on the last line of defence.
Yeah, so Lando has it. Wanted to come to the near side, nothing on, so goes back to the other side and kicks it out of bounds on the full. Well, if there's nothing on this side, I'm not sure that was the option box.
And the thing is, they've been a lot cleaner with the ball. Actually, Moe's been able to really suffocate Bairnsdale at the moment, force them to go down the line, where they do like the chip and go, but at the moment, credit to Moe.
Shields is too far out. He'll kick it to a leading target, and Blackshaw can't complete the mark. East handballs forward. And wrapped up quickly was Cullinan.
Some sort of kick from the young fella too.
Yep. Blackshaw just had to have a one grab on that occasion. And a stoppage again. And another shepherd out of the ruck against Ethan East. Will go Moe's way.
I don't understand, Scud, because all he's done is turned his back on the ball up. And he's trying to get better position rather than try and block the other ruckman's.
The only thing that happened there is that the umpire reckons he's taken his eyes off the ball. If he takes his eyes off the ball and looks at the opponent, but I'm not saying that happened.
From a ruck contest, they all do.
I agree with you. That didn't look good.
McGrath shot on goal. Left foot comes in and sprays it. Well, the footy gods prevail. And the mark is taken back there by Tatnell. So no score. Margin still sits at 14. Tatnell deep in his defensive back pocket. Going to switch it across the other side of the ground. Let's see if he can keep this in. No, he's going to step over the goal line. And it's going to be a minor score. Paul Carter for the Moe Racing Club.
Taking Moe to a 15-point lead. They are 4-3-27, leading Bairnsdale 1-6-12.
So Tatnell will do the kick-in duties this time, and he plays on and has a bounce. Kicks up here towards the half-back flank. Two Moe players fly against each other. Ball at ground level there to be won, and Bairnsdale do well through Clay. Clay kicks up towards half-forward. But it is Maslin who leads in the race, and he gets a tackle for high contact. He plays on immediately via hands, finds Brock Smith. He's been good by foot. But Big East, my man, sticks out the one, Duke, and swallows it like grabbing an apple off a tree scud.
Unbelievable skills from the big man. What did you call him before?
I said he rubber gutsed one. I didn't say he was no good. I said he's an absolute athlete. And his kick then was exceptional too. His teammates should have marked it.
And this is the thing now too. They're forcing the error, Moe, at the minute too, because they're trying that... Bairnsdale's part of their big game is their chip game, and it's not working right now, and their skills are now really dropping off.
And McGrath wins the tap down this time from East, and the umpire, non-officiating, has found a free kick and then said play on. And it's probably not to advantage, but Danaher gets back onto the left leg, goes to the one-on-one. Really strong contest at the top of the square. It's Blackshaw that picks it up, gets a right shoe on it. The young fella at the top of the square, Balfour, can't complete the mark, and it's really good defence there by Cullinan to try and kill the contest. He does even better than that and finds Tatnell. Tatnell now by shoe finds Blenheim. So Blenheim in the back pocket dishes off a little handball there to Mitchell. He comes back inside there. Now they're starting to overuse it, mess around with it a bit here, Box. Just kick it, you can hear the boys yelling. And he does exactly that, does Blenheim, but he kicks it out of bounds on the full, and Moe will come back at him again.
And there you go. There's that error we spoke about. They're forcing him to kick down the line. The kick outside, their outlet kick, is no good. They're just actually giving the ball back to Moe. The ball comes back into play, comes inside board, finds. It's Scotty Van Dyke. So Van Dyke, centre wing, Bairnsdale City Oval, comes in out wide, tries to do the old alley-oop. He does. He gets around his player. Well, the alley-oop that's basketball, but it doesn't matter. East is there for Bairnsdale. He couldn't mark. Ball comes down to Corbett. Corbett outside of Tatnell. Tatnell again goes down the line. His kick's not great, but it's going to get him out of trouble, but it won't. It's a beautiful mark then too by young Jordan. Young Jordan. Shields kicks the ball inside. His kick's not great. Gets a lot of air. Baldy's there. Ball comes to the ground. Bairnsdale defenders all over the ball there. Blenheim at the bottom of the pack. Ball comes to ground.
Gee, their pressure's good, Moe. They are absolutely suffocating Bairnsdale. Their outlet kicks are under pressure, causing turnovers. Just got to capitalise inside their forward 50 now.
And as he's winning the tap down there to Mitchell, Mitchell wrapped up in a big tackle straight away. And the umpire says you had long enough.
They've caught it all day.
And Moe will go back now and have yet another shot on goal. And it'll be Trent Baldy goes to the hot spot. Not an ideal option, though. And it's Cullinan over there in the long sleeve doing a great job of chopping things off for Bairnsdale. But they'll do well to get this out of their defensive 50 because the ball's been camped down here for the last 10 minutes. And Tate Clay now in the far back pocket has his hands on the footy. He's got plenty of options in front of him. He goes with the longest one. And that kick might just get out the back and do Bairnsdale the world of good here. Mitchell goes to ground. And the umpire's found a free kick for kicking in danger. You don't see that often these days. And Mitchell says, that's my free kick, and the umpire said, sorry, mate.
Let's go to Trent Baldy.
It'll be Trent's free kick, give the ball back, and he does exactly that. So he comes inside and finds Danaher. He's going to want his left shoe, and he gets onto that left foot and comes backwards to go forwards. And they move the ball completely to the other side of the ground now, and it'll be Haywood with the ball. Haywood's got options galore out here, and he finds James Maslin. Maslin marks on his chest, centre wing. He's got an option inside. The umpire said play on. So he does exactly that. And I tell you what, if you're keeping stats for out of bounds on the full ball card, you're going to run out of ink soon.
Well, let's see if Bairnsdale can take advantage of this ball position, because they're on the half-back flank at the moment. We've got a blood rule as Danaher comes off. Baldy comes on. Now Cooper Harvey has the free kick for out of bounds on the full. So Harvey has it. We'll just keep talking.
We've got a fourth commentator down below.
Yeah, we're going to keep over talking, because I think the language might get a little bit choice down there as Harvey goes towards half forward. Reese at the back, can't complete the mark. Austin with a thump forward. Now Hamilton has wheels, but the ball didn't bounce for him. Mulqueen grabbed it, then coughed it up. Squeezes out there, Woodall. Now to Van Dyke, inboard kick. It's dangerous, but it's high risk, high reward, and that reward is huge. Trent gave it to Riley Baldy, and Riley delivers towards the target of Blackshaw. High risk, high reward football. Well done, Scotty Van Dyke again. He's one of the best for Gippsland Isuzu this afternoon. Brave play to come back inboard. Opened up the field, and Blackshaw just worked to where the open space was. 20-minute mark, second quarter for the Moe Racing Club. You can save on meals, drinks and race day entry. Become a member today at the Moe Racing Club as Thomas Blackshaw comes in from 48 metres, 45-degree angle, on its way, starting right, staying in that direction with no breeze anymore to speak of. And it's another minor score, Paul Carter.
16 points is the margin in Moe's favour. We've played 20 and a half minutes of the second quarter. They're 4-4-28 on the Club Eastwood scoreboard. Bairnsdale 1-6-12.
So Bairnsdale will bring the ball back into play here through Tatnall. He runs as far as he can and then kicks it a good 55. The ball sits up in the air. The big coach puts the Dukes up and takes it on the second grab there in Logan Austin. He's come all the way down the half-back to get a kick. He then laces one out in the middle of the ground, and that is some sort of kick. And he finds a teammate there who's managed to kick the ball into the man on the mark. And that'll have Logan Austin tearing his hair out as Moe looked to turn certain defence into attack. Ball in the middle of the ground, still to be won though, and it's Cloak who picks it up this time, and he says, you know what, I'm going to go back to the coach because he won't miss a target, Scud.
No, and he won't. He gets it out to Harvey, and now he plays on. He's got McCary in the pocket, delivers to open space. McCary, that's a beautiful kick as well. On the chest, too far out to score though is McCary. Although I have said stupid things across my years, and this could be one of them. McCary, though, he gets called to play on. He was too far out. Goes to Corbett, who's still outside 50 now for the Redlegs. They trail by 16 points. Goes towards Mitchell. Again, still outside 50. That one wasn't even 15. Play on. Back to Corbett. They're playing around with it. To Mitchell. What does Mitchell do with it? He wants to go laterally. He should go forward. Go north-south. He steps around the would-be tackler, and from 55 metres, top of the square. Where's the Flyers? There's only one of them, and it's the coach, Declan Keldy, who's just said, I'm going to roll back for the last couple of minutes and stand in the defence and take the uncontested mark. He'll outlet kick, and he can find Maslin. That's Ben on the outer side.
Van Dyke, he marks deep in his defensive 50. Just weighs up his options as well. He's had a fantastic quarter again. He's been able to really set up from down there. He goes back and he finds Maslin, and that's James. James is going to go back to Van Dyke. They're sponging the ball here too at the moment. The umpire's found a 50-metre penalty.
Was that movement?
So I don't know if he's impeded inside or not.
I think it was movement on the mark. I don't think he went to move on the mark before the umpire's called play on.
So the 50 finds himself at centre half back, goes inboard again, Maslin. So they're really holding the ball up here now too. And that was Brock Smith. Brings the ball out wide to Van Dyke. He kicks the ball down the line, looking for Prowse. And he drops a mark when he should have taken. Wood's there for Moe. Picks the ball up, holds it in one hand, gets the ball inside. The handball was at his teammate's feet. The ball comes inside 50. The kick's good, looking for Blackshaw. Great punch there too by Tatnall. Ball comes to ground. Mitchell's there. Great little don't argue. Tatnall's there again, gets the underground handball. Goes inside to Corbett. His little left foot kick, looking there for McCary. Finds himself up the ground at the moment. Goes laterally towards the broadcast box here to Cooper Harvey of Bairnsdale. A little left foot kick there to Coach. So he's really working hard the last 5 minutes, the coach. His kick's not great inside. Oh, but McCary made up some ground. He found some wood as well. Gets the ball inside there to Hamilton. His kick inside. He's worked hard to get this ball inside 50, Bairnsdale. And it's marked there by Randall Stewart.
He's a defender. He's worked 150 metres to get to that spot boxer.
Geez, they've chipped the ball around then too. They really worked hard. It was probably 5 or 6 kicks from the wing. He goes inside to McCary. He goes outside 50. The ball comes out. And it's not going to get there. It's going to actually not even make it. It's going to score. Actually, it's not going to score. And it's out of bounds. It's hit the point post. But geez, what a set play then too by the Redlegs.
Will Mitchell's had 20 disposals at this stage.
He's had a lot of it.
That is for Gippsland Isuzu Ute this afternoon. The new D-Max available at Gippsland Isuzu Ute.
And the young boundary umpires, he's probably out of petrol tickets. He's done a fair bit of work on the far side of the ground. He's made his way around there to toss this one back into play. Right up against the point post here. A late goal will be huge here for the home side. The ruckmen go to work, no one able to get it clear initially, but then Prowse just gets a handball out there, and they're off to the races here, the Motown boys. Lovely mark taken out there on the half-back flank. They look to come inside as they've done all day, and they do exactly that. Mark taken there by Brock Smith. He's got Taj Eden on if he really wants to bite one off, but they stay safe and go short down the line. Nice little kick mark possession here. They'll hold on to the footy late into the first half. Now they play on and come a bit further down the ground through Trent Baldy. He goes long up towards half forward with the sideways helicopter kick. The big boys will fly on the second grab. Mark taken there by Nick Prowse. He's a kick and a half from home. He's gone back like he's going to have a shot from 90 after the siren. Taking all the time in the world and then just chips one into the pocket. And the kick goes short of the leading coach and trickles over the boundary line about 30 around from the Moe goal.
Scott, let's quickly do some AFL scores, mate. And it's in the third quarter here. It's St Kilda 8-7-55. They lead the Eagles 4-5-29.
And we're at the 25-minute mark of the second quarter here for the Moe Racing Club. 16-point margin in favour of Moe. As we have a boundary throw-in inside Moe's forward 50. It's a shallow throw-in. East was in the front spot, tapped it straight down. Picked off by Trent Baldy. Kick around the body. Declan had to stop and prop and wait. He had no support back there because Randall Stewart for the Redlegs gave it to East. Outlet kicks towards Longbottom. He completes the mark. Blackshaw was waiting for it. But Hugh Longbottom was up to it. And he's taken the mark in his defensive back pocket. He looks up. He's going to come down the line. Lando or Hamilton will be the target. And in front spot there was Baldy and Brock Smith. Eden at the front and square, wrapped up by a Corbett tackle.
That's just the difference between the exits for both sides' defensive 50. Bairnsdale just going down the line and hoping and praying where we've been able to use the ball coming out.
Big thump out by East. Is going to find the boundary throw in. 26 and a half minutes gone.
That's just from lowering your eyes and just making sure you've got plenty of movement up the ground. Where Bairnsdale have been really suffocated, like Scud, you've said before. They just can't get it out of this defensive 50.
Nick Lacheno's here this afternoon for Carpet Country, helping dreams become a reality since 1981.
And East goes to the backhander there, but only as far as Riley Baldy is wrapped up in the tackle straight away. He said to the umpire, he might have had a little whack around the chops there, Any chance you saw that? The umpire just either bowed to him or said, you ducked your head. Not sure which,
another
but now
block again.
Got a rucking free kick, and it'll go this time to East.
I need a ruckman up here.
We'll get East after the game. Scotty can
No, don't tell him I'm here. East now gets his right shoe onto the footy, and it's a lovely drop punt. A marvellous kick right down the line, but unfortunately for him, he's found a Van Dyke of Moe. And if he hasn't had 10, he's had 20 touches, Van Dyke. Surely he's been everywhere. Short option on?
15.
15. And Riley Baldy marks. Just on the half-time siren. There was a little question about whether or not it was 15, but apparently the umpire said it was.
Well, after all that, we had one goal kicked in the quarter. It was Jacob Wood at the 2-minute mark. After that, we didn't get a goal kicked. We had a few points. So in the end, 8-point margin at quarter time. It's now out to 16 for Moe at the half. It's a low-scoring affair. Conditions are better than what the score indicates at the moment. Skills are just a little bit off, and I'm sure that the second half will fire up because Moe lead at 4-4-28, leading Bairnsdale 1-6-12, and that is at halftime. After the break, of course, it is the halftime wrap. You are listening to Gippsland Live across Gippsland and the Valley right here on TRFM, and it's all thanks to Harvey Norman, Electrical Gippsland.
It's the Gippsland League top 5 for round 13. Number 1, it's Jonah Walker here from Bairnsdale. Great work out of the ruck, taking it and going all the way. Slipped over for his troubles as well, but it didn't matter because it went through the middle. Number 2, Thomas Marriott crashing and bashing his way through. Got the snap away. Oh yeah, a great goal.
Good Marriott set play from a stoppage around the body. Don't Tommy, he's done it again. I'm going to have to. He's done it again.
Number 3, Harrison Sim here from Moe. He was front and centre. It wasn't his greatest kick, but look at it go. Tumbling and fumbling all the way through. Number 4, Gippsland from Warragul. He took his opponents to the candy shop. Look at him go. Around another one. Then the big snap. Oh, yes. Number 5, Maddox Malone here from Sale. Check out this effort. I don't mind the pass and the little toe poke, but the dribble was fantastic. Look at it go home.
Yes, well, as you just heard from those highlights, the halftime wrap, there was only one goal kicked in that second quarter. It was an 8-point margin at quarter time, a 16-point margin at halftime. Moe kicking 1 goal, 3 in the quarter, and Bairnsdale managing the one solitary behind. So halftime scores here at Bairnsdale see Moe leading 4-4, 28 leading Bairnsdale 1-6-12. Goal scorers so far, well, Jacob Wood has 2. And Riley Baldy has 1, along with Jordan Shields, who has 1 for the Lions in his first senior game. While for Bairnsdale, the only goal kicker there was Braden McCary in that first quarter, back at the 6-minute mark of the first quarter. Here's some of the key stats. Of course, this is the halftime wrap. It's all thanks to Gippsland Mowers. It's your local blokes who service what they sell, and they are Gippsland Mowers' top range of Husqvarna mowers, blowers and chainsaws. They also stack the Honda equipment in stock as well, from pumps, brush cutters, blowers and mowers and so much more. It's the only professional Husqvarna dealer in the whole of Gippsland. You can head in to see Hayden and the team today at Gippsland Mowers. They're on the Princess Drive in Morwell. Here's Paul Carter.
Inside 50s for that quarter were 7 to Bairnsdale and 11 to Moe. However, Bairnsdale scored their behind from their first inside 50, so nothing from their last 6. Moe scored 1 goal, 1 from their first 2 inside 50s. So for the following 9 inside 50s, they managed just 2 behind. So you can sort of see what's happened there. Let's say 18, the last 16 inside 50s combined produced 3 behinds only for that quarter. So at half-time, Bairnsdale lead that 28-20. Clearances, it was 8-7 Moe's way that quarter. Bairnsdale still lead that 21-18. 3 centre clearances apiece to half-time. Free kicks, Moe have 16 to Bairnsdale's 13. The marks, a lot of marks been taken. 60 to Moe, 57 to Bairnsdale. They both had 30 that quarter. Contested marks, Moe took 6-2 that quarter. They lead that 10-4. And each team has had 5 inside 50 marks. I won't bother going through the scores because there's not much to say there. Ethan East certainly dominating the ruck there with 23 hit-outs up against Chris Prowse 16. Lachlan McGrath's had 4 and Oscar Clark had a couple in that first quarter. Of the Bairnsdale players we're following, Will Mitchell had 9 disposals in the first quarter, 11 in the second quarter. So far he's had 12 kicks, 8 handballs for 20 disposals, 1 mark, 6 clearances and 2 inside 50s. Lachlan Byrne-Jones, 11 disposals. Logan Austin, also 11, 9 to Tom Blenheim, and Tyron Rees, 7. The Baldy brothers have combined for 25 disposals, 13 to Trent and 12 to Riley, 15 disposals to Scott Van Dyke, and 11 to Ben Danaher.
Thank you very much, Paul. Scotty, what did you make of that first half? A quick summation from you, if you can, of something that probably didn't get to any great heights.
Yeah, it's probably a fair point. Played between the arcs a lot of the footy. A lot of those forward 50 entries weren't necessarily overly deep either. So when you say the ball's inside forward 50, sometimes it only needs to be a couple of metres in and it's actually not really a scoring opportunity. But what I found in that second part of that second quarter, so the latter part of the first half that would be, was that once the Bairnsdale players got their really good foot users around the footy, they started to look a lot more threatening. So they got Logan Austin right up the ground. His foot skills are amazing. Everyone knows how tall he is and the leadership qualities and his good marking. His foot skills are amazing. Him and Cooper Harvey just failed to miss a target, to hit a target all day long. The problem with that was Logan got drawn right up the ground, which meant McCary came right up the ground and they were kicking into the smaller guys trying to score. So I think if they could find a way to use the ball a little bit cleaner across the half-back line, keep Austin down front half, they're not going to have to kick more than 8 or 9 goals to win the game, and they're probably a sniff. But as it stands, they get the ball in and it just bounces back out. Van Dyke's been awesome down there. He's had really good support from the runners. They switched the ball to the far side of the ground, and Moe's foot skills just absolutely all over Bairnsdale so far.
Yeah, spot on. I think you're absolutely nailed it in one there, and that's the way it's been going. And I think you mentioned at the start of the game that this game might be won with 7 or 8 goals sort of kicked. It just might end up being that type of day, but conditions are pretty good. Obviously a little bit slippery, a little bit muddy in the middle of the ground, but conditions are reasonably good, and have such a low-scoring affair, which we saw a couple of weeks ago when Bairnsdale absolutely turned it on. They haven't been able to do that today. Moe's defence have held very strong. Just as we look out at half-time, Chris Prowse is going through some run-throughs, but I think he does this quite a bit. I think I have seen him do this during the half. He comes out, gets the legs moving. It's not a fitness test as such. He just keeps them moving during the break. Boxer, let's go through some of the key scores. Of course, you are listening to Gippsland Live. It's the half-time wrap, and it's all thanks to Gippsland Mowers. Boxer.
Thanks, Scud. When you've got legs that are 2 metres long, I think you do need to sort of stretch them if you're going to sit down for 15 minutes half-time. He does do that quite a bit.
Well, where's his brother? Same height, same size.
He might be lying down.
Okay.
Let's go to the Gippsland League. Sale 5-9-39 to draw in 5-2-32. Warrigal 1-1-7 to Leongatha 3-7-25. Wonthaggi 3-2-20. Terrell going to make a little bit of a comeback here now. 4-4-28, so an 8-point lead there to the Maroons. Morwell 4-2-26, only 1 point for the quarter to Maffra 3-2-20. So it is, the conditions are pretty tough down there at Moore Rec. Do you think, Scud? Well, you're making a bit of a face there.
Oh, I'm not sure. I haven't been. Don't know. I'm up here at East Gippsland, my friends.
I'm
not
sure you haven't
how
got the screen on in front of us?
I tell you what. Morwell obviously had an opening first quarter, a brilliant first quarter.
Fantastic.
And then they let the other opposition in. They've done it all year, and they make it so hard for themselves, and that's why the competition is so close.
I see the fun. That's good. I think that's the way it is. Let's go, mid-Gippsland. Stop waving me away like that, Scud. Newborough, 4-7-31 to Fish Creek, 4-2-26. Thorpedale, 3-4-22 to MDU, 5-2-32. Moving north, 2-7-19 to Ballara, 1-3-9. Morwell East, 4-1-25 to Foster, 1-6-12.
That MDU Thorpedale game is huge. That's essentially an elimination final. That's a massive result for MDU to be in front there at half-time.
6th playing 7th at the moment.
We've got Darren Sheen back this week, so last week, so it's made a bit of a difference for him as well.
Kicked 11. He kicked 1,200 for his career.
1,200, is it now? Wow.
What about kicked 11 last week and wasn't even the leading goal scorer in the league?
Exactly right. Yeah, Jakey Best, one of our very own.
15. Woodside 3-9-27 to Yallourn North 4-6-30. Rosedale 1-2-8 to Sale City 7-6-48.
Oh, that's a big game too.
That's huge.
Rosedale lose that. They're
gone. Yep. So Hayfield 6-7-43 to Churchill 2-4-16. Scud.
There it is, our halftime wrap, all done. We've got the third quarter coming up after the break. It's all thanks to Gippsland Mowers and, of course, your local blokes who service what they sell. Yes, all we do is win, and someone's going to take away the 4 points. This is a massive game in the whole scheme of things. Who will win this game? Well, we've got a half to go. Currently, it's Moe leading by 16 points. It is round 14. It's getting closer to the pointy end of the season. And Bairnsdale are looking to win this game to stay in the 5. Moe need to win it to stay inside the top 3. A loss for both these sides has huge ramifications, not just at the end of round 14, but as the season gets to a close. Do we want to stick with where we tipped at the start? Paul, you went with Moe by 5, and Scotty, you went with Moe by 21. Are you okay there, boys?
Yeah, I think so. I think Bairnsdale will straighten up a little bit this quarter. It's unbelievable there. Got 1 goal, 6 on the board with 7 scoring shots.
Very comfortable, Darryl. Very, very comfortable indeed.
You look very comfortable there too as well. Well, the third quarter for McDonald's is underway. We'll get your opinion in a second, Boxer. As Heath taps it down. He had 2 taps at it. Got it outside the centre circle there and then went and got his own footy. Tried a handball, which was picked off by Danaher, but he's sitting on the ground. That was the only problem. And East said, I'll keep you there. A secondary stoppage. Prowse, but East got the handle on it. Trent Baldy with a head over it, so was Mitchell, as you'd expect.
No real changes at half-time. They've lined up basically the same way they lined up at the start of the game.
All right, we'll have one more go for us, Scotty. East taps it down. Eden was there. His handball was smothered as well. Had to go again. And now a free kick for another throw. Goes Cooper Harvey's way for the Redlegs. Left footer, so he rolls to the left. Goes inside. One-on-one. It's Hayward and McCary. Gets over the back. McCary just socketed off the ground. Back there was Pratt. Gathers the footy and then barrels it out. But Hamilton will stand underneath it for Bairnsdale and take the mark and look to reload. He's outside 50 though, and he looks up. Just no movement inside forward 50, so he just kicks a wobbly one. And these ones are usually hard to defend. It comes to the top. Bills will handle out. There's Reese, took on the tackler of Eden, lost the footy. Bills gives it back to Harvey, who gives it to Burn-Jones. Goes backwards by hand again. Mitchell just kicks it. Top of the square, out the back, marking that is the ruckman, Chris Prowse for Moe.
And Prowse will just settle things down here a second for Motown. It's only been going for 30 seconds or so, but it's been all Bairnsdale to start the second half. He floats one out wide there where the mark's taken by Balfour a long way from the forward pocket. He chips the ball back in. That is a really good kick in there to Trent Baldy at true centre half back. Opens up the whole ground in front of him. He dishes off a handball there to the drive by of Maslin. That's to the Ben variety. He kicks down the line looking for the coach. The coach turns his opponent inside out. Territory in front of him. Leading target comes at him. And you're not going to stop that when Blackshaw puts the two Dukes out and swallows the cherry about 45 out. Slight angle box, but I reckon he's got this.
Yeah, he definitely has. He's got a great chance at it. But aren't both coaches so similar when they win the ball? They want to play on immediately, but they're great by foot. So Declan just lowered the eyes, saw the lead there by Blackshaw. Now he's just got to finish it off.
And this will be the start to the second half that the Lions wanted. He comes in from 48, kick on its way. Goal umpire gets a lot of lateral about him and says minor score only.
Taking Moe to 4-5-29 and the McDonald's Gippsland score where they lead by 17 points over Bairnsdale, who are 1-6-12.
Well, they quickly play on, and Burn-Jones was able to get the mark and then have two bounces. He ran forward and then he ran laterally, but the kick found Blenheim. Just dropped the mark. He needs to shuffle it out to a runner, and that runner is Reeves. They got one. Corbett over the top. Now to Clay, who gives it to Mitchell. Took on the tackler from 49 metres out. He wants the Zambrero. Oh. Will Mitchell, does it got the distance?
Yes, it does.
And that is your Zambrero goal today, contender. Good passage of play from the Redlegs. Will Mitchell, enjoy the burrito.
There's no contender anymore. Someone else has got to do something super special for that to work out of his favour, because that was a brilliant goal and there was a lot of pressure. But it was that transition. That was the best transition footy they've played all afternoon, Bairnsdale, so far. Coming outside, they attacked the middle of the ground, got the ball where they should have got it, and Mitchell finished off the hard work.
And that's come at the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard sees Bairnsdale now 2-6-18, 11 points in arrears of Moe, who are 4-5-29.
What are you doing, Scott?
I just got a few little pen issues at the moment. Please.
We spoke about the good kicking from a couple of the Bairnsdale players, but they've taken kicking out of the equation there, Box. About 7 handballs to go into the ground and score a goal. So back in the middle we go. It's Dana who sharks it from the ruck, but he's wrapped up in a tackle straight away. And we'll come back in for the secondary toss. And East does well again. This time, though, Prowse gets a double fister to it and he gets the ball forward. Only as far as Cloak, though. He's wrapped up in a big tackle by Riley Baldy. It's a hot contest nice and early here in the second half. Everyone earning their possessions. East does well again, gets it down to a little bit of space this time. Perhaps tackled without it, or tackled just as he got it. And the umpire will ball this one up again. We've moved laterally, and then we've moved back into the same circle, and the ball's gone precisely nowhere for 3 ball ups. Now we get one out the back, and it's Baldy who pops a handball off there to the run of Sim. Sim hacks one forward. The bounce is like a terrible bounce for everyone to start with, and then all of a sudden it settles down for Lando. He brings the ball out looking for Cooper, and Cooper takes it on the second grab. Now, we've talked about his kicking skills all day, so don't let us down here. And don't let us down.
Oh, he did.
He doesn't, but I'm not sure the kick was anywhere near as good as the mark. And it was Reese over the top, was it? It was Reese over the top who takes the grab, and he moves the ball laterally, Scud.
Yeah.
And now they're far side of the ground with Tacknell.
Yeah, so Tacknell now gets the runner out there. It's Tom Blenheim. And Blenheim can chip one over the top. They've got some numbers, and that's Vickery. He'll give it back to Blenheim. This is a better build-up. They've started better in this third quarter, but the kick was poor. Although couldn't complete the mark, was Pratt. Now the Redlegs swoop on it again, and they've caught another throw.
They've been hot with that all afternoon. That's probably the 7th or 8th one they've called.
A free kick going half back to Smith. He goes lateral to Maslin. Maslin has to backpedal at his defensive 50. We've travelled 5 minutes in the third quarter. Maslin gets it out to Haywood. Haywood comes to the near side. Does he keep it in the field of play? Centimetre perfect, but Taj Eden dropped the mark that he can't believe that he dropped. The margin sits at 11 points. I feel that Bairnsdale taking a few more risks through the middle part of the ground box.
They do. They've definitely have lifted that part of the game up so far. It's just that finish and efficiency inside 50 as well. Looks like Rees has got the job on board here too in this third quarter, Scud.
All right. Prowse backpedaling there from the stoppage, gives it to Trent Baldy. Little chip kick to his brother. Gee, they've done that a few times. And Riley turns and goes to Balfour. A spoil from Tatnall. Was strong, caused another boundary throw in.
Yeah, really like that defensive pressure. He could have easily taken a step back and let him complete that mark, but instead we've got the ball in. And it's Easton Prowse again. He's starting to wear Prowse down, I feel, here. He's won the last couple of taps. Ball gets tossed back in here. East wins that one down very easily again to Mitchell, and he hacks the ball forward.
Free kick down.
Free kick for late contact, so that's really helpful for Bairnsdale. And it's a lovely shark here. If he couldn't quite get it, Clark will take it, because it was Lockie Burn-Jones looking to take it. He gets a handball.
Someone's not happy down there.
They've got every right to be, Scud. We don't even know
Mitchell
why.
Takes it. Mitchell's told to play on, but no one questioned that one, thankfully. Now we go back to East. East sells a little bit of hand candy, the ruckman. I like this. Now they go back to Tatnall. They've gone backwards 35, 40 metres. Balfour Sharks from Moe.
No.
This has got horrible written all over it. But thankfully Tatnall's able to go back. No, he can't go back as the handball goes to his feet. Bairnsdale are dead set committed just about Harry Curry here. They've moved the ball backwards through 8 possessions, none of which found a target, and Moe should have kicked the goal.
Do you reckon that'll come up at the three-quarter time huddle? I think it will be.
I don't know.
Be a hot subject.
The trainer yelling out through our effects mic or that little handball. Lando from this stoppage had the kick smothered and then goes again. Moe's pressure now lifts as they sense a few little errors from the Redlegs.
I'll take care of the trainer. I'll go give him a bit of a pep talk at three-quarter time.
Yeah, righto. Another stoppage. Prowse with a big fist back, goes backwards. Burn-Jones runs onto the end of it, kicks around his body. There's 2 Bairnsdale players, but Logan Austin looked at Clark and said, I'll take it. And Austin's inboard kick is dangerous. Picked up by Van Dyke. He's been good. Lowers the eyes and hits up the target in Balfour.
He's a gun. He is a gun.
That was brilliant play. He read that very, very well. Logan Austin, we know how well he goes.
Well, Moe get to him as well, and you wouldn't mind a bit of support for the other coach too. Oh, well, now East comes in, and look, everyone scatters. But meanwhile, Jacob Balfour will have a shot on goal. This is a much important time of the game. A big moment for the Moore Bowling Club as Jacob Balfour comes in. He's a left footer, 8-minute mark. They lead it by 11, and it's on its way. It's over the goal umpire's head, and the margin's back out to 17.
Yeah, that's a huge moment now, especially for Logan Austin. He'd be filthy in regards to that error, that turnover. And all he was trying to do was just attack that corridor again, which I don't mind doing. But Scotty Van Dyke, like you said, Scotty, he's just a brilliant footballer. He read it well. He had good pace at the ball. And what he was able to do was lower the eyes and make sure he hit Balfour up, who was in a much better position than what he was.
Moe 17 points ahead at the 8-minute mark of the third quarter. The McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard has the Lions at 5-5-35, leading Bairnsdale 2-6-18.
And back in the middle we go again. It's going to be Prowse versus East. East probably had the better of this battle as the game goes on. He gets a tap here again, looks for Mitchell. Ball doesn't get as far as him though. Stacks on the mill and picked up there by Corbett, but he's wrapped up in a tackle straight away. And the umpire will come in and toss this one into the air yet again. And East again with the tap down. Mitchell gets a handball out there but can't find a teammate. It's picked up here on the fly by Woodall. He gets a left foot kick forward. Really strong tackle there at the half forward line to keep that ball in their forward 50. Good work there by the Moe forwards.
I don't get the East thump from the centre bouncers because it's not hit to advantage. It's just hit forward. There's nothing really in favour there for Bairnsdale.
It is okay if they've got the communication right.
100%.
Obviously, we want to see the Bairnsdale side working their midfielders into the contest and then running onto it as it gets outside that 5-metre radius.
So East gets the ball down again. Baldy's there for Moe, tackled by Blenheim. Great tackle too there by Blenheim. The umpire didn't pay the free kick that they've paid all afternoon. He said, I'll let that one go. It was a great tackle. So we've got another ball up. East makes plenty of ground and thumps the ball about 40 metres forward.
That one worked.
This time worked. The ball's back inside 50 there for Bairnsdale. Austin's there this time. Then it was picked off there by Tyler Pratt. So Pratt gets the ball at the back there to Scotty Van Dyke. Van Dyke gets the ball inside. His kick wasn't great. Still good enough there for Benny Maslam to pick the ball up. Actually, the ball's really trickled around here, the top of the 50 here. for Bairnsdale, and really no advantage to anybody. We're going to have another ball up. Geez, East, what is punch?
Just unloads. You can see him from a long way back just go thump.
And he does too. The ball comes down to ground. The umpire's going to call on the ball this time. It goes against Prowse of Moe. So it's a quick tackle there from the ball up. So we've got Maxi East here now this time. So it's another East, but he's a little bit less.
Cousin.
He
was the one that dropped the stink bomb in the commentary box
many years ago. Ball comes inside 50. It's a great kick to the top. It was Van Dyke who was there again for Moe. Wins the ball out wide to Pratt. Ball to Danaher on his right foot this time. It's a barrel kick. Out the back there is East. This is Ethan type. Gets the handball over the top to Lando. His kick inside 50. The pack forms. Oh, geez, a big pack as well. Van Dyke again mopping things up. Left handball to Balfour. He's tackled. Ball comes to ground.
Good pick up.
Shields was a good pick up there as well. Then the ball comes down to Balfour again. Actually, it's Balfour now who's got it. Tatnell's there. He's given away a free kick. Not sure what it was for.
Yeah, he just clocked him in the back of the head there, Bob.
And some real estate to go with it.
How's it 50?
Yeah, we don't know either.
You get paid by the 50, you idiot.
Yes.
You are going down at three-quarter time, mate.
We're going to have a bit of a chat.
Balfour kicks it into the top of the square. They fight. McGrath's over the back. Can't complete the mark. Ball in dispute. Still in the field of play. Good tackle by Kelty on long bottom.
You know what I do? I do love the passion of supporters, but the thing is, what it does, it makes it actually could make it quite worse when you're actually doing it from the coach's bench as well.
Yeah, it's actually not coming from the coach's bench, but it could sound that way.
Correct.
It's not far away at all. 12 minutes in. The margin's at 17 points.
So East gets a tap down to Cooper. Harvey goes thump, but it goes straight down the guts there of Brock Smith. Smith chips into the dangerous spot. The mark all was taken.
Yep, paid.
Was paid. I didn't know whether or not he would, but it's Jacob Wood now who's taken another mark inside forward 50. He already got a couple of goals to his name. Going back here from probably no angle to speak of, but the best part of 45, 46 metres he's going to have to kick it. He
just
takes
on the limit.
No time. Kicks high, a bit of an up and under. The big boys will fly in the square. Ball hits the deck. Not able to rush it through. Really good defensive work there again by the Moe forwards to keep that ball alive. So they'll get another chance here at the stoppage box.
They do. And we've got another ball up. 3 metres out there too of the Moe goals. Ball one down there too by long bottom. His kick wasn't great, but it's found Mitchell, who's had a ton of it this afternoon. His outlet kicks to one-on-one. Jeez, the pack. That could have been absolutely anything as well. It is Stewart. Randall Stewart there of Bairnsdale. He squares the ball up, comes inside to McCary, who marks. He might have to settle the ball down here. He does it. He plays on immediately, gets the ball out wide again. And he finds Randall Stewart, who set this up just only earlier. He might go back inboard, and he does. And he goes into young Cloak. Cloak comes out wide again. So they're really trying to square the ball up. They're going to get cut off here from the best intercept marker in the competition.
Yep.
And we talk about Declan Kelty. His handball's quick to Harry Sim. Sim's little chip kick was a good one. And he finds Prowse. And that'll be Nick Prowse as well.
No one to kick to down their box.
So he's held the ball up, hasn't he?
Big East to set up tent down there. You're not going to get the ball past him.
He's got a short on. Goes over Balfour's head. And in the end, the kick went long, but the East just left it behind. Now Wood will come in and try and win it for his team, and can't do so because East just cuddled him and put him to ground gently. 13, make it 14 minutes gone into this third quarter for McDonald's. Obviously the epic stack of beef, cheese, crispy onions and creamy peppercorn. The new steakhouse stack at Macca's. Ball comes out to the top of the 50 now where Trent Baldy's there. And 2 Bairnsdale players jump on top of him. Another stoppage.
Scubby playing, obviously, they've got the blue armbands on today.
Yes.
For the TAC awareness. But I'm just going to say there is maybe a car has broken down or an accident on the Wonthaggi Road there coming out there too. So just everyone will be safe on the roads at the moment, please.
Yes, please take that extra care. That's what it's all about, is making sure you get to your destination better late than never. And of course, it's a good message that the TAC are providing this afternoon right across country Victoria as Moe go forward again. No one can complete the mark. Sim works hard at ground level. Prowse stood up when he had the footy and then got mobbed. And we'll have another stoppage.
I think Sims just put his hand up to the bench there. He's either waving because Mum's turned up or he needs to come off. He's not looking too fresh down there. And the ball hits the deck, spits out sideways towards Trent Baldy, about 30 out. Hard up against the boundary. Smother comes in there. Really good defensive work from Josh Lando there to kill that footy.
Obviously, Sim coming back from a couple of injuries as well, so hopefully it's nothing too major. As this ball comes back in to the field of play, Mitchell's worked hard, gives a forward handball to Cloak, and he's got some space. And he kicks to the outer side. Eden just come on from the ground. A big spoil from Austin. Caused the stoppage. Gives it to Bills, who kicks around the body. There's no one down the line, though, for the Redlegs. And going back is Pratt. Does it sit for him? It does. He can gather it. He's got some time. He's cool under pressure. To Eden, to Smith, to teammate Mulqueen. Right foot kick Mulqueen. Just a little bit too hot for McGrath. Out the back is Balfour. Closing is Cullen, and he slipped over. Balfour, though, left foot kick. Doesn't get over the top of East. East with a don't argue. And two. And then gives a handball back to Cloak. And Cloak's kick high. Around the body to the contest. And Pratt doesn't quite mark it. Gives one over the shoulder to Cooper Harvey with a free kick on the half-back flank for Bairnsdale. They trail by 17 points. They quickly play on to Cloak.
So Cloak goes back to Harvey now. Be best to use his foot, and he does that lovely left leg. Goes straight down the line of the one-on-one. The big boys set themselves. Ball hits the deck. No one can win it initially. A little hack kick dribble forward there. Umpire's found a free kick, though, has he?
Yeah, he has. It's a professional free kick as well, because the initial kick come from Reese. He pushed the ball forward. The ball went about 20 metres forward. But then the Moe defender, who I can't make out who it is, dragged him to the ground just because Ben Danaher, is it? It looks like. And he held up Reese. It was a very good professional free kick.
So he's going to kick it and then run on and follow it. He just grabbed it.
And McCary was there too, Lumen.
So when it's all said and done, Reese will go back from about 40 out. No angle to speak of.
Big moment.
His kick goes on its way. He's got the distance, no problems at all. That's a lovely leg, but it's gone far side skinny for a minor score only.
2-7-19 Bairnsdale on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. They're trailing by 16 points. Moe leading 5-5-35, 17-minute mark, third quarter.
I think we need a trainer for the Moe runner as well. He played a game of in the twos this afternoon, and he's really struggling at the moment. He's limping off the ground at the minute. So they might have to make an interchange for the runner. Is that even possible?
It is, yeah. You can do that. Scotty Van Dyke. He's had a good afternoon for Gippsland. Azusa Ute gets the kick out towards the big Prowse boy. Couldn't make the complete the mark. Cloak with a handball over the shoulder. Top of the 50 in dispute. Pratt with two little side steps. Then just got a little toe on it. Gained 15 metres only just. Socket off the ground. Prowse was there as well. Head over the footy, Stewart. And Nick Prowse tackled him. We'll have a stoppage.
So ball up there, far side of the ground. Bairnsdale ruckman hit the deck before acceptances, but they've still managed to win the clearance there through Clay. His kick goes to a really dangerous spot. Austin with some good body work early, can't quite get free. Ball there trickles over the boundary line for yet another minor score. Doing all the attacking of late, but can't quite get one through the big sticks, Paul.
2-8-20, Scotty, is the Bairnsdale score on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. They're trailing Moe, who are 5-5-35.
Benny Maslin got called to play on, gives it to Trent Bordy. Inboard kick, dangerous. Danaher had to stop and wait. Vickery was there. Handballs forward. Miss McCary, though. Pratt will give it to the runner in Trent Bordy. Can he find a target? No. Corbett picks it off, gives it to the left footer in Harvey. He chisels one, open space. McCary on the chest. Can't complete the mark though. Second half has to be good. He's on all fours. Head over it. Somehow squeezes a handball out to Reese. He left it behind. And Pratt again grabs it, barrels it towards the boundary line. It's either out of bounds on the full or deliberate. Take your pick. It'll be a free kick to Bairnsdale through East.
And they waste no time at all. The Big East comes back in from 55, puts it at the top of the square.
Don't whistle.
And the umpire said, take it back.
Hang on, Prowse is down here at the...
Okay, so this is a ruckman, Chris Prowse. This is 50 metres away from where the free kick was. Umpire not officiating. The third one.
They've called stretcher.
Bad news for Moe, because Prowse has been down for a little while now. That was back from that ruck contest that probably occurred maybe 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, I said he hit the deck before acceptances. I thought he just slipped, but it might be something a little bit more sinister now that he's being assisted off the ground.
He is up and he is walking, so the stretcher's coming out, but it looks like he's not going to come off on that stretcher, even though they continue with it.
They probably need two stretchers, wouldn't they?
He's a big fella.
Long fella.
He's limping quite heavily, so...
The trainer looked like a kid off to a toboggan park then, didn't he?
So this is interesting now. Yeah, he's obviously not on the stretcher, so he's up and he's walking, and now play can continue, but they're going to be one short until he gets off the ground. And it's on the outer side of the ground, although they are going to wait for him to completely get off the ground, which is interesting. And now he's not even going to come through the interchange bench either, boys. He is just going to go straight into the room. So his day is done because he's officially not allowed back on the ground. Which is...
He's actually... sort of demonstrating that he got hit across the back of the leg. And actually you can see the mark on the back of his hammy there, Scud. He suddenly got knocked that way, so maybe it's hyperextended. Who knows?
That's interesting. He doesn't come off through the interchange.
Yeah.
If that's the case, his day is done. They're one short.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, ball gets hacked into the forward 50. No one's able to complete a mark in the Bairnsdale forward pocket. Plenty of players back there because, of course, Moe had the chance to set up their defence with that delaying game. Austin now has a snap round the corner. His kick smothered off the boot. No one able to pick it up cleanly. They go backwards via the hands to Cloak. Cloak comes back out to Big East. East not quite clean enough at ground level, and Moe are able to turn defence into attack through Trent Baldy.
No one there.
He hacks the ball forward. There's plenty of pressure on young Jordan Shields, and he just watches the ball trickle over the boundary, far side of the ground. We're 21 minutes in. We'll have probably a slightly longer quarter than you might expect with that injury, Scott.
Yeah, you'd think it might go just over the 30 perhaps.
Can I revisit that, though? Why did they stop the play when Chris Prowse was in the middle of the ground, away from the play, so he was not going to be impeding or anything doing...
Well, I think when he was down, it's okay. If there's a player down, if there's a quick kick from that 50 metres away, it goes in that direction, I'm okay with that. But when the guy stands up and walks, I think you then say, okay, he's making his way off, you continue on.
If a stretcher's called onto the ground, play has to stop.
Only if he's on the stretcher, though, is it?
No, I think once the stretcher's going on.
Well, that's a ploy. I might. There's some coaches out there. If you're late in the last quarter, they've got a bit of a run on, just call the stretcher out in the ground. Anyway, back to the footy. You haven't missed a great deal. As the ball's gone back and forth a little bit, Bairnsdale got it in their hands on the wing area. Randall Stewart has it. They trail by 15 points. Have had all the play you'd expect inside 50s this quarter, Paul.
11-6 Bairnsdale's way, and they've had the last 5.
All right, the kick from Stewart lands in the hands of Blennon. He's at half forward, and the really only targets back there is McCary. And now Logan Austin to the pocket. He decides to kick it over the top of their head. Oscar Clark might fly too deep. Couldn't complete the mark. Ball in dispute. Bills was there. And we'll have another ball up inside Bairnsdale's forward 50 area.
It's been a bit quiet today, Oscar Clark. I gave him a bit of a wrap up there at the pre-game, and he's probably hasn't lived up to those expectations.
So Moe win the tap down, but no one able to get it clear. This is one of those clearances where you think young Bills or one of these guys just gets on their bike, hits it at speed and hopes for the best. And the ball will ricochet around and bounce around until it's Taj Eden, the Baldy lookalike, who hacks it out, but it only goes as far as Ethan East, who has been outstanding since Nick Lucchino slagged him off earlier today. And East kicks her an absolute ripper into the full forward.
There he is, Clark.
Can't complete the mark, did complete the mark. Both umpires looked at each other.
No, he's paid it.
Now they've agreed that it is a mark. So he'll go back here.
Hang on.
No ball.
He's got
ball up.
Yep. He's only confused us all, which is not a bad effort because 4 of us up here had no idea. But nonetheless, he balled it up. Nothing happened. We'll come in and we'll ball it up and do it all over again.
Someone passed the liquid paper.
As Paul put it down as an inside 50 mark. I can just let you know a bit of an update on the netball court. Absolute thriller in the match of the day here for Harvey Norman Furniture. It's a 44 all. It's a draw.
Wow.
On the netball court. Jordan Pyle was named best on court there for Moe. Well done to Jordan. But a tie in A-grade netball for Bairnsdale and Moe.
So the ball comes out wide. Jordan Shields is out there. Can't mark. The ball goes out. It looks like the wind's really picked up here at the moment too, Scotty.
It does. Just Trent Baldy pretty slow to get back to his feet down there, and that's usually probably something strong enough to kill a human like me for him to get up slowly. So it must have been a decent whacky's cop, but the umpire tosses it back into play, centre wing. East gets a tap down. Moe shark it though and hack the ball forward to the half forward line. The big boys fly. Ball hits the ground. Who's down there and wants it the most? And it looks like it'll be Moe that win the handball. Backwards handball doesn't quite find Eden though, which is a problem now because Bairnsdale swoop in numbers. They're one clean handball away from hitting the forward 50 here, but they can't get that because of the big tackle laid by Trent Baldy, who's A-OK. And the ball back in the middle of the ground. Far side centre circle box.
So with Chris Prowse off the ground, Lockie McGrath has got the ruck duties now against East, who wins the ball down, but Riley Baldy was there for Moe. He wins himself a free kick. No, it's a Bairnsdale free kick who's paid the advantage. Ball comes out to Mitchell. Gives the ball inside with another handball to Austin. Austin goes around the corner. It's a one-on-one here. Oscar Clark's there. He couldn't mark. McCary's there as well. He gets on his bike, only to be intercepted there by Smith Maslin of Moe, and the umpire. Did we find a free kick there? No, it's a point. We've got a point.
Taking Bairnsdale to 2-9-21, 14 points behind Moe, who are 5-5-35. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, 25 minutes played, third quarter.
Big moment all thanks to the Moore Bowling Club. The new 6th tap is the Bilson. And Bairnsdale are pressing but can't put any score on the board, or the majors at least, as Van Dyke kicks to the outer side. It's going to come back though. Mitchell is there. Handball to the runner in cloak. He checks his kick. I don't know if he meant for Cullinan, but he found him. He's going to step around Shields. He has to give a handball to Stewart. Stewart took on Balfour, and they wrap him up in the middle of the ground. Maybe that kick was touched. That's why he was called play on. A ball up in the middle of the ground. 25 3/4 minutes gone into the third quarter. East got held, still got the tap down. Baldy got wrapped up, and we'll do it again.
Secure big leaders against the West Coast Eagles, 107-35.
Wow.
So East gets his hand on the footy, but it's young Shields getting a hack kick forward. That kick smothered though by, well, one of the boys in the helmet. Let's just say that it was...
I didn't say it. Sorry, Scotty.
No, I was going to say, let's just say that it was Corbett. And then the kick goes forward from Clay, and a mark's taken by Austin, about 25 out directly in front. And this must go through the big sticks for the Redlegs. The coach has got to stand up here, really prove the point and kick this all-important goal to get them back within touching distance on the scoreboard.
It just cannot miss. You're absolutely spot on there, Scotty. At this point of the game, he cannot miss.
So in he comes, no breeze to speak of. Kick on its way. Goal umpire does the limbo, leans back and watches it sail right over the lid. That's an all-important goal there for Bairnsdale. 26 minutes gone in the third quarter.
Yeah, it was a good finish there by Austin as well. And they need reward for effort because they've had most of the play this quarter. They just haven't been able to be efficient inside 50. And this time now they have been. So if they continue to use the ball well, and it's the midfield that's been right on top here for Bairnsdale, the Mitchells and the Blenheims of the quarter. They've really got it back into the game.
Just 9 points separating the teams at the 27-minute mark of the third quarter. The McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, Moe 5-5-35, leading Bairnsdale, who were 3-9-27, and Bairnsdale had the last 9 inside 50s.
So Chris Prowse comes back. He walks in front of us. He's still got his gear on. We'll have the chat, but he can't go back on.
Declan Keldy's just pushed himself into the back six for the last couple of minutes.
Well, back to the middle they go. You keep an eye on that conversation because I know exactly how it went. And now Woodall through the middle of the ground delivers towards Prowse, and he marks, does Nick. He's right on the 50. He'll have to kick it a good 50 metres. I'm not sure he's got the distance or the confidence. They go to the pocket towards Blackshaw. On his head, over the back it goes. And Cullinan has to rush it through in the end for a minor score. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
5-6-36 Moe, 10-point lead over... a 9-point lead over Bairnsdale, who had a 3-9-27.
Yeah, he did apologise. I could see if I was reading his lips. Chris Prowse apologised. He didn't realise what he had done.
Well, this is a major story. There he's holding the footy as a free kick's going to go Bairnsdale's Moe's way.
They'll be crazy to even try and bring you back on the ground.
Well, you're not allowed.
Well, you're not, but you know what, though? If no one's paying attention in regards to what he's done, and it does happen, and I don't think it will because Jason Shields is down there saying that you can't go back on.
Job of the interchange steward, wouldn't it?
Yeah, there is one of those. So, meanwhile, Harry Sim has a shot on goal. 28 3.5 minutes gone into the third quarter. Sim from 49 metres. Right footer. Distance to accuracy looks good. Distance looks good as well. He points to the crowd. I'm not sure the Bairnsdale supporters respond to him, but his teammates do. And late in this third quarter, that is all important.
I reckon they would have waved back, Scud, but I don't know if it was a proper wave or not. But, yeah, it was a great goal. Look, it was a real clutch goal too this late in the quarter. We've been playing 29 minutes. There was a little bit of controversy going on here at the minute too because Moe going to be one player down for the rest of the game, and it was a much-needed goal just before three-quarter time.
15 points to the lead to Moe, 29-minute mark third quarter, 6-6-42 to Bairnsdale 3-9-27. That's on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. So Bairnsdale have won this quarter by a point at this stage.
Not enough.
So back into the middle we go, the all-important last couple of minutes here in the third quarter. And Big East gets up over the top and gets a nice little fist into space there. Ball pitches in front of Reese. He then gets a little handball there to Mitchell. Mitchell flicks a handball further afield again. It goes to Blenheim. His laser-like pass comes in, but the coach, Declan Kelty, gets back there and gets a fist on it. And we'll have a boundary throw in about 35 around from the Bairnsdale goal.
Loose man boxer.
There is a loose just late in the quarter as well, and I think it is definitely the coach, Declan Kelty. I just saw him just sort of wander down there. And what do you mean? I was very observant.
Well done, Box. That's what you're here for Carper Country this afternoon.
So the ball's tossed back into play, but there's a crowd of humanity around it, and the umpire's got no choice but to come in and ball it up, Box.
I got a theory. If Prowse is smart, he can say I went off with the blood.
Still have to come off through the interchange.
No, you don't. Not with the blood rule. You can go off any part of the ground.
All right, well, I'm not sure. No, I don't think you can. But anyway,
umpire has to do
I
that.
don't think you can. Anyway, the siren sounded for the third quarter, and it was 2 goals apiece. As we said, Bairnsdale won the quarter by a point. We do know in the pre-game that Moe have been absolutely horrible in final quarters. They haven't won...
One for 7 weeks.
They've won one for 7 weeks, so it's going to be a huge final quarter coming up here on Gippsland Live. You can stick with us. It's going to be a big one. At the moment, though, it is a 15-point margin in favour of Moe. 6-6-42, leading Bairnsdale 3-9-27. We've got one to go. It's all thanks to Harvey Norman, Electrical Gippsland.
It's the Gippsland League top 5 for round 13. Number 1, it's Jonah Walker here from Bairnsdale. Great work out of the ruck, taking it and going all the way. Slipped over for his troubles as well, but it didn't matter because it went through the middle. Number 2, Thomas Marriott crashing and bashing his way through. Got the snap away. Oh yeah, a great goal.
Good Marriott set play from a stoppage around the body. Don't tell me he's done it again. I'm going to have to. He's done it again.
Number 3, Harrison Sim here from Moe. He was front and centre. It wasn't his greatest kick, but look at it go. Tumbling and fumbling all the way through. Number 4, Jedland from Warrigal. He took his opponents to the candy shop. Look at him go. Around another one. Then the big snap. Oh, yes. Number 5, Maddox Malone here from Sale. Check out this effort. I don't mind the pass and the little toe poke, but the dribble was fantastic. Look at it go home.
Get to that story in a moment. And running onto this one is Corbett. Off half-back flank there was Harvey. Sweeps the handball out now to Stewart. He's on the back of the square. The right foot kick out in front of Kieran Vickery. Hits him on the chest. And nicely done. Turns around and presents. And as Blendon's one of those, decides to ignore that. He plays on quickly, comes back in with a right foot kick. Goes towards McCarry. And I'll get that right. McCarry in the front square. Rows it beautifully. Kicks around the body, was smothered. And I must apologise to the McCarry family. I've been calling your son McCarry for a long time, for many years, and I thought I'd just get it checked. I've lost a little bit of sleep over it the last few weeks, and now know that it is Braden McCarry.
They're looking at the wind down here. The guys are throwing the grass up because it looks like the wind is starting to advantage the Moe kicking into the ground for this last quarter as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
So, Boxer, just quickly, for Carpet Country, why is Declan Kelty in the ruck?
Because we've lost Chris Prowse for the afternoon, who didn't want to walk through the interchange bench. He walked straight off the ground up the race. So looked like he'd come back out to play again, but said you cannot be playing again, young fella.
And Bairnsdale win the fall forward from that forward 50 stoppage, but it's always, or as has always been the case today, Moe just seemed to be able to chop it off this time through Mulqueen. His hack kick forward goes out of bounds on the full though, and I'll leave one of the boys in the lids, Ronnie's brother Matt Corbett, from about 60 out, kicking into the teeth of the breeze, so he has zero chance to score, but a great opportunity here to set up a teammate. So he goes as long as he can on that left leg. It hovers about 30 out. It drops short. That wind has really picked up, Box. You've got that right. And Moe are able to turn defence into attack temporarily before my man East goes back and takes another clunk. We won't comment on the kick though straight away because it wasn't ideal, was it, Box?
No, it wasn't a great kick at all, and it finds Declan Kelty in the middle of the ground. He pushes the ball out wide, kicking to the advantage end of the ground as well too. So ball's out in the wing. There by Baldy. Baldy brings the ball at the top of the 50 there. Inside 50. East was there for Bairnsdale. Put inside 50 there by Moe. Woods there for Moe. And he's got Tatnell there to beat. But the ball beats them both over the line. And it's going to throw in right on the point post here. Moe end of the ground.
Well, this breeze now is absolutely gusting across this Bairnsdale City Oval. Not sure it's going to favour any end of the ground. We'll soon tell, but got a feeling it's going straight across the ground. So it might be tough for both sides to score, but certainly very, very blustery.
So the ball tossed back in right into the teeth of the breeze, so much so that the umpire's going to have a second crack at this one. So that wind might actually be blowing down towards the Moe scoring end because the young fella's come in a couple of yards. His work's been fantastic. This one he gets a bit of a flick on. And this time it gets out the back because the ruckman have run forward. No one able to take it clean, and we'll have a secondary stoppage about 25 metres around from the Moe goal. 3 minutes played, they lead by 15 points and win the tap. Ball at ground level, picked up beautifully, run around the corner, Baldy kicks the ball to the dangerous spot. The coach comes out, Prowse comes out, no one able to take the mark. Ball at ground level, Sim snap around the corner. Oh, he nearly got himself a share of the Zambreros there, but it's only a minor score.
Moe now 6-7-43, 16 points ahead of Bairnsdale, 3-9-27. Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard, almost 4 minutes played last quarter.
Longbottom decides to go straight up the middle of the Bairnsdale City Oval and gets it into the middle of the ground, but reading it nicely, Declan Kelty. Kelty will be a swingman in this final quarter. Wherever Moe need him, that's where he'll go. And at the moment, he's in the middle of the ground. He puts it back inside forward 50. Gets over the back. Moe had a good look at that too. Couldn't complete the mark though. Now take Clay's out there. Handballs to his teammate in Stewart, who fell over, lost the footy. Clay comes to help him again. Mitchell's been superb this afternoon. In-ball handball to Vickery. Under pressure. Tackled instantly. No prior. Ball up half forward for the Lions.
I'd like to see Logan Austin do the same thing and push himself back and play the similar role than what, with what Declan plays too.
Mitchell's 30-second disposal. That
Doing the ruck duties now, Kelty. Blenheim got his arm pinned by a baldy tackle. We'll have to do this stoppage again.
But what Kilty will do now, he'll play kick behind the ball and just read it and pick it off as the ball comes out.
He's actually in the ruck at the moment, Boxer. And he just got kneed directly in the ribs by the experienced ruckman in East. The handball goes forward to Lockie Burn-Jones. Somehow squeezes out to Clay. Gets it over the top to Blenheim. He goes back by hand to Mitchell. Now Moe got 2 players down. Mitchell goes to Clark. Clark should turn and go quickly, and they do. He gives the handball off. Blenheim into an open forward on Austin. Over the head. McCarry runs onto it and puts it on the left boot and dribbles it through. We have a game on at the Bairnsdale City Oval. Moe's got 2 players down, and they're 2 important ones as well. McCarry gets the goal. Game alive.
Yeah, he really copped a hard one. I don't know if it was in the ribs or maybe in the Adam's apples as well.
Might have got him slightly southbound.
Yeah, he might have too, but he's in a pretty bad way at the minute too, Declan. So it wouldn't be surprised if he either come off or he goes forward for now, just so we can rest up. And that's what he's doing. He's going forward. Well, what a great goal there by McCarry as well. What a great finish.
And it brings the margin back to 10 points in Moe's favour at the 5-minute mark of the final quarter. Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard. Moe 6-7-43, leading Bairnsdale 4-9-33.
In the Moore Maffra game, Maffra did take the lead by 4 points, but Moore just scored another goal to be up by 2 points.
So he's doing his own roving nowadays. He's doing it all, but it's Woodall now who gets his hands on the footy for Moe. Cooper Harvey takes it off him, and Woodall says, give it back! And he gets it back and hacks it into the forward 50. Ball sits on its end there. Balfour gets in down low, picks it up, gets onto his left leg. Chisels a little pass in. Finds Sim. Sim plays on. Handball over the top. This is a quick reply they are after through the coach. Declan Kelty. No whacking the plums for him. He's gone forward and smashed one through the big sticks.
What a great finish. What a great build-up there too by the Lions. And was just making sure that ball went inside 50 real quick. Harry Sim, though, good presence of mind just to make sure that he could have blazed away and kicked that goal, but the coach was over the top. And great to see that he's recovered as well to finish off that great play.
And margin back to 16 points, 7-7-49. Moe 4-9-33. Bairnsdale, Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard. Almost 7 minutes played in the final term.
Well, what a great response. Bairnsdale haven't been able to kick back-to-back goals, and Moe have responded every single time.
Just noticed Matt Corbett come off with a slight limp there, Scud.
All right, keep an eye on that. East with another tap down. And we're getting wrapped up. It was Lockie Burn-Jones. We'll do it again. East on the younger McGrath. McGrath with a tap down on this occasion. Good body work. Vickery, that's Byron variety. Just had it, then lost it. Danaher tried to step around 1 or 2. That's holding the ball. Bairnsdale right in the middle will get the free kick through East. He's got runners left and right, decides to kick. He doesn't in the end. He gives a handball to Mitchell. Kicks to the top of the 50. Kieran Vickery was there. Head over the footy was Sim. Coming equally hard the other direction was Tyron Reese. 2 players that don't take backward steps. We're going to ball up. 7 3/4 minutes in. 16 points to margin. Bairnsdale must get another one, this one before Moe do. As Baldy Riley kicks it a half forward. Declan Kelty's back there. A little soccer off the ground from Balfour. Back there, though, was Stewart. Gives it off to Vickery. Left foot kick Byron. Centre half forward. McCarry in the front spot. Can't complete the mark. Second effort. Kieran Vickery was good. Handballs backwards. Will Mitchell's been enormous today. Handballs this time to Stewart, whose right foot kicks goes towards the boundary line. Austin on a long lead. Takes the mark. He's got the breeze coming straight into the teeth of him. He has to kick low and hard. And a beautiful kick to Lockie Burn-Jones. Takes the mark. Some Bairnsdale players wanted a 50, but the small in stature Burn-Jones stood tall on that occasion.
We've got a dust storm here at Bairnsdale coming off the car park at the minute. That's how windy it is.
He'll have to start this very, very left, maybe outside the left goal post, and have it work back from left to right. He's 40 metres out. His sides trail by 16 points to get it back to 10. The right footer starts it right. It's going to go way, way right. And just sneak in for a minor score, Paul, on the Harvey Norman Computer scoreboard.
Bairnsdale 4-10-34. Trailing Moe by 15 points. The Lions 7-7-49. That's on the Harvey Norman Computer scoreboard.
And it'll be Van Dyke to bring it in as he's done all day. And you suggest with this breeze behind him, a bit of a play on and thump down the middle might be in order. But he knows better than I do. So he goes whoosh to the far side. the defensive side. And the umpires found a free kick here.
It's coming. Is it going to come back to Bairnsdale?
Is that protected area again?
No, they can't play a free kick. They've got to re-kick it.
Did he run too far after going out of the square?
Nah, no way.
No?
Took a couple of steps.
I don't know.
It's just 15 metres out of the top of the square. So it must have been maybe a shepherd or a hold of some sort, I reckon, in that area.
Either way, it's big.
Yep.
Real big. And it'll be Jesse Bills, goal sneak. And he's been told to move 3 different times by 2 different umpires. And he's gone back further than he's got to kick it. So he's outside 50, but he's only going to kick it from 25. And he's gone the big Justin Madden arms up, the stutter step, the kick. What's the important part, though? The ball's come off the boot and gone through the big sticks, and we've got a game on our hands, big time.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was for, but we'll have to definitely find out, because we've had this dispute before in regards to the protected area. I didn't realise either it was a free kick or it's brought back to kick out again. But either or, he's got the free kick for wherever it was for, and he got the goal. So this is what they really wanted now. Good build-up here by Bairnsdale in really tough conditions right now. 9-point
lead to Moe at the 10-minute mark of the final quarter. Harvey Norman Computer scoreboard. Moe 7-7-49, leading Bairnsdale 5-10-40.
And Ronnie's brother Matt Corbett comes back on, so no injury to report there.
All right, good to see. Back to the middle they are. East and young McGrath to do the ruck duties. Declan Kelty still forward boxer.
He sure is, mate. And
all here for Carper Country. Thank you, mate. East. McGrath got high, actually grabbed it out of the ruck. Kick didn't go too far as Burn Jones grabbed it, kicked it to the outer side. Van Dyke in the front spot. Got held, will win the free kick. He has been Moe's best player today as well. Man on the mark stands 48 metres. Scott Van Dyke, the professional that he is, wants to go to the outer side, which will be the smart option with the breeze howling across the ground at the City Oval. Kilty was the target, fisted forward. Front and square there was Prowse, that's Nick. And not going anywhere, we'll have a stoppage. Just repeating, Moe are down to 1 short on the bench at least. Chris Prowse came off the ground with what appeared to be a game-ending injury. We didn't go through the interchange bench. Injury wasn't that bad. Couldn't go back on the field to play.
So the umpire's paid another ruck infringement. This time it looked like East was being held, but it's gone to McGrath. So he's called holding the man in the ruck contest again.
So it'll be McGrath then. He has the opportunity to dish off a little handball, but decides against it. Gets onto his left leg and kicks it long down the line. Long down the line, and on the wrong side of the white line by the looks of things. And the boundary umpire says that'll be out of bounds on the full.
What's the twitch? Frank!
So it'll be Bairnsdale taking the free kick through Cullinan. He's going to have to kick long down the line. It'll be really brave and bite one off across the face of goals here. And the umpire says, go back around. I've got the protractor out, and you're on a 47.2 degree angle, not a 39.8 degree angle. And now he does exactly the same thing, and the umpire says, play on. Nonetheless, ball on centre wing. Ball gets out the back. Baldy gives a little handball off there to a teammate. Back to Baldy they go. It's not even Baldy, it's Eden. Eden then goes back to Prowse, who hacks a long one down the line. Big fist from behind, and really good work there by Longbottom to kill the contest. We're 12 and a half, nearly 13 minutes in. Really close game here. Ball far side of the ground, Scud. See if you can get it on this side so we know what's going on.
Yeah, I've got a feeling with this breeze, that's not going to happen, Scotty. I think they'll be playing, as you said, they're not going to have the risk to switch the footy and come to the near side. East taps it over the back. What a tap down there to Mitchell. Gives it to Corbett. Kicks around the body on the left to the half-forward wing area. Clark in the front spot. Couldn't complete the mark. Ball lands in his lap when he's on his back. And the umpire will ball it up. 13 and a half minutes in. Final quarter for Harvey Norman. McGrath takes it out of the ruck. Gives a slick handball across now to the runner. And the outlet kick from Mulqueen goes down the line to Belfer on the far side of the ground. Jacob Belfer looks up with his left foot kick towards Prowse. Gets over the back there. Kilty has to try and keep it in, or decide with the 3 opponents on him, he'll let it dribble over the boundary line.
Scott, I got some 3/4 time scores. Thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture, Gippsland. Sale 7-15-57 to Drawn 7-4-46. Warrigal 1-1-7 to Leongatha 3-8-26.
Gee, tough day in South Gippsland.
Wonthaggi 7-4-46 to Traralgon 4-4-28. And Morwell at 3/4 time were 5-5-35 to 5-3-33, but now are 42-40. In front by 2 points, the Tigers.
All right, we've got a stoppage here. Nothing really happening. Top of the 50. It's a really sort of knife's edge this is at the moment. It can go either way, but the strong breezes picked up and made things a bit difficult. No rain at all this afternoon. We had a little bit of a shower, but that was about it in East Gippsland. Now we've got breeze to contend with. East with another tap down. Burne-Jones. And this breeze is causing havoc down in the trainer's box.
See, Moe's going to probably try and defend that far side. Obviously, it's going to be pushed that way, but you think you're still trying to attack it through the middle of the ground if you're Bairnsdale, aren't you?
Yeah, you got to take your moments when they come, though.
They do.
And it's probably not this part of the ground, and this is absolute gale force now. There's umpires losing hats. There's players losing everything. There's bits of debris on the ground. There's trees down.
I'm glad we're in the D-Max for the trip home.
Exactly right. That kick in the middle of the ground from Bairnsdale could be a turnover. That's the one they might not want, although it's going to work out. Great little handball there. Burne-Jones put it inside forward 50. Front spot builds. Can he shuffle a handball out? He can. And we've called the throw for the 15th time this afternoon.
So Logan Austin's still down in the ground after that great handball inside. He's got a kick in the agates as well.
Get the footy on the outer side, do Moe. Taj Eden on the end of this one, on the wing. Eden gets to half forward. The presenting target is Prowse. Gets over the back. Couldn't complete the mark. He's got 2 to beat now, does Nick. And he can't do so. And we'll have another stoppage. 15 and a half minutes gone. Big moments for the Moore Bowling Club this afternoon. The Bilson's Twister. Bit of peach, pineapple, blueberry, blended with a bit of triple distilled vodka. Can't beat that, Scotty.
Yeah, it sounds like we should be heading there on the way home as Moe go forward again through Baldy. Kick goes up to the hot spot. The coach can't complete the mark on the 4th attempt.
He does.
Tatum sits on top of him. The umpire says, no, we'll pay the mark, did he?
Not sure what he decided in the end.
Mark or in the back?
Just couldn't quite see the umpire at that stage. I think he's called my ball. No, he hasn't. Wow, big call. Mark was paid.
This could be your finishing deal, and this could be your Moore Bowling Club big moment right here if the coach back and slots his second critical goal for the day. We saw Logan Austin kick one at this end of the ground for Bairnsdale last quarter when his side really needed it, and now Kelty with a chance to kick his second and really seal this game, you would suspect, with nearly 17 minutes played.
Scotty's got a disadvantage too. The goalposts are moving that much that he's going to have to time it perfectly just in case it closes up on him.
6 metres or 8 metres he's got to aim at depending on the breeze.
Oh,
and I tell
what
you
a
what,
kick.
he's read it beautifully, and he's put it right through the big sticks, and that could be the sealer from the coach.
I can tell you now, under the circumstances, that's going to be a contender as well for the Sombrero goal of the day, because I've never seen goalposts move that much as well.
And they weren't contend to. They weren't in unison. they were all over the joint.
And he's got a dust storm in the background as well. The goal umpire couldn't see anything either. What a great finish from the coach.
And it's back to a 15-point margin in Moe's favour. And we have played 17 minutes of the last quarter on the Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard. Moe 8-7-55, leading Bairnsdale 5-10-40.
What a great captain's goal there, and a coach's goal as well. If Bairnsdale got something else left in him, or is Moe going to hold on? McGrath's done well in the ruck in the last couple of minutes. A quick kick by Trent Baldy towards half forward again they go. It gets over the back. Here it is. Jacob Wood, seal the game. No, he's missed it. It's a minor score. Door's still ajar, just.
8-8-56, Moe, 16 points ahead of Bairnsdale at 5-10-40.
Well, Randall Steele got caught stargazing then too against Jacob Wood, and Wood just got on his bike and nearly could have nailed it for Moe this afternoon. Oh.
Long bottom shanks his kick in, lands at the feet there of Blackshaw. He swings around, he goes to the coach, and the coach says, I'll kick 2 in the last quarter. If that wasn't the end of it, that's the third for the last quarter, in fact. And if that wasn't the end of it for the second one, the third one surely has shut the door, closed box.
Well, that's probably one of the biggest things of the game when he got kneed, where he probably shouldn't have got kneed, because he moved forward and he's been the juggernaut down forward now for Moe ever since that happened.
And it's a 22-point lead, which is a match high for this game at the 18-minute mark of the final quarter. 9-8-62 Moe to 5-10-40 Bairnsdale, Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard.
What a quarter.
Wow.
From Declan Kelty. As you said, he can go anywhere, forward, back, similar to Bairnsdale's coach as well. But
great players love big moments, Scud.
Yeah.
And he's one of those.
He certainly is. McGrath and East again. McGrath went early. Ball hits the deck. Mitchell handball back to Reeves. His kick just from a standing start goes inside forward 50. Mulqueen goes back with a flight, takes the mark. Well read from Luke Mulqueen.
It's been good since he got the wobbly boots earlier in the first quarter, hasn't he?
He has. He goes on the outer side, the safe option. Shields is there, drops the mark, come off his chest, gives a handball back to Hayward though. He fumbled it. At ground level is Harvey. Harvey just got a shin to it, went 2 metres. Maslin back pedals. Maslin gets the footy. That's Ben. Gives it to James. And now a kick around the body from Hayward goes high. And Belfer comes to meet it from the wing area, takes the mark. Half-back flank.
So Moe got a little bit of control here. Just goes in short with a good kick. Good little chiselling kick too as well. And he picks up young Jordan Shields. So Shields, he'll need everything behind this kick to contend with the wind. And he does. There's a good kick down the line. Looking for Prowse. Gets his arms up. Couldn't win it. Trent Paulette, he's there. Paulette, he hasn't played for a long time. Trent Baldy, I meant. Picked up there beautifully by Max Woodall, and he kicks another goal there for the Lions. Well, I was still trying to contend with Trent Baldy, but he's missed it. I got too excited then too, but I was trying to deal with the Trent stuff up anyway.
Thanks for that, Box.
Margin sits at 23 points.
It was almost 28 there for a sec.
Back into the middle of the ground where Trent Baldy now tries to win it for his line side. Balfour's there, head over the footy, will have a stoppage. Harvey Norman computer scoreboard reads 9963 to 51040.
Ball at centre half forward here for the Lions. Bairnsdale win the tap, but it's Moe winning the clearance. Ball gets hacked forward. The coach goes up, ball hits the deck. Lovely little dish there. Can't take it cleanly, but the umpire's found a free kick. And the free kick will go Bairnsdale's way for high contact, will it?
It might go Moe's way for guess who?
The coach.
Declan Kelty. He's kicked 3 in the quarter as Declan. Unbelievable quarter he's had. And he's going to have a shot 25 metres out directly in front, Scotty.
So he'll come. He'll take a little bit of time off the clock here, you'd think, and just wind things down nicely. Puts the ball down, gives a little bit of a shine on the deck. Just to take a little bit more time off the clock. He has his full 30 seconds, but in he'll come from about 25 out. He can throw it through. He's that close. The wind's died off a little bit here. The kick, no problems whatsoever, and through the big sticks for number 4 in the last quarter. Cometh the moment, cometh the man. Declan Kelty throws his side on his shoulders and drags him over the line here at Bairnsdale.
Yeah, you can really tell they've deflated him now too, Scotty. They've really done the killer punch to him. In this last quarter, they've actually flipped it on its side now. When they were probably they were the worst team in the last quarter. They've actually turned that on its head now, and gives them a lot of confidence now too. The game's still got plenty in it, so it'd be interesting to see how they finish off.
And those 4 goals have come in 15 minutes between the 6 and 21 minute mark. 10-9-69 to 5-10-40.
McGrath with the tap down and the roving work. Got tackled though by Burn Jones in the end, holding the footy. And they got to move it quick, and they're going to go straight down the middle of the City Oval. And Burn Jones just taking his time at 22 minutes to go. 22 minutes last quarter. Goes towards the top of the 50. Van Dyke goes back with courage. Couldn't beat the mark. Back there was Clay. Got it out, handball towards Blenheim, who got shoved over on the ground, then shuffles it through his legs. Nicely done. Clark goes backwards by hand to Mitchell. Mitchell twisting and turning. Back onto the left foot. And then somehow gets a little barrel of one. Clay was front and square, lost the footy. Van Dyke grabs it and barrels it 100 metres towards the half-forward flank area. It was 70 in the end. Wood at ground level slips over, and Longbottom wraps him up, and we'll have a stoppage on the outer side. Margin sits at 29 points. It's been blown open in the final quarter. And Moe, or I should say Declan Kelty's kicked 4 goals to Bairnsdale's 2 in the final quarter.
So East with the backhand of this time, wins a tap down again, and surprise, surprise, it ends up with Mitchell. Mitchell pops it over into a little bit of space here, and it's Blenheim. Blenheim gets a kick down there to the half-forward flank. No one able to take it cleanly. Kieran Vickery, though, picks it up on the half volley, gets a kick round the corner. Bairnsdale got the ball in the scoring area where they're after. McCarry gets a nice bounce, can't quite pick it up, and they trickle it into the point post for a throw-in box. What do you got for us?
Sale, 10-17-77. They lead drawn 10-5-65. Warrigal, 117 to Leongatha, 5-8-38. And Wonthaggi, 8-5-53 to Traralgon, 4-4-28. And looks like Mafra have just kicked a goal. It looks like a Cade Renoy they are now. They are 3-point leaders. No, the score's right. Yeah, so 3-point leaders against Maul at the moment. Everyone's throwing numbers and fingers and waves at me.
Well, this is going to be huge. Obviously, we'll get to it in our post-game, of course, with Bairnsdale losing.
They've kicked a goal.
They might drop out. There was a goal kicked, yes. Sorry about that, Paul. We were just discussing the other one. Boxer did get that goal, didn't you, Boxer?
No, I didn't get that goal.
I thought you got that one. Sorry, mate. Bairnsdale did get the goal in the end. As I thought you called that one through. Sorry, mate, I thought you were getting around with the goal score. So back to the middle they go. And now Mitchell in the middle of the ground, squeezes the handball out towards Logan Austin. His little right foot kick to open space. Corbett's there. Can he keep it in the field of play? He does. Gets a handball forward, kick around the body. Harvey, they caught him out of bounds.
So Scud, Logan Austin now has put himself onto the ball to see if they can just give him a little bit more.
All right, so we've got a boundary throw. The margin sits at 23 points.
Will Mitchell, 40 disposals now.
He's been unbelievable throughout the afternoon. Boundary throw in. Front spot east. Thumps it forward and lands in the hands of Corbett. Kick was smothered. Trent Baldy's there. Kick around the body. Good contest at the wing area between Balfour and Cullen. And coming the other direction was Tatnall, though. Puts it inside forward 50. And guess what? Kelty's kick 4 for the quarter. And our special comments man just got that one. He rolled back as the loose man back now. And Declan Kelty takes the mark. That's why Box is here for Carper Country this afternoon.
His kick goes long down the line and McLaughlin there gets a handball back there to Eden. Eden's kick smothered off the boot straight away. High tackle potentially. Umpire says play on. And they can't play on because there's too many humans around the footy and the umpire will trot it and toss this one into the air. So he stands underneath it like a man possessed, gets a little tap down there towards Austin. He can't take it. Austin lays a big tackle, borderline sling. And a few of the Moe boys get in there to suggest that might have been the case, but the umpire says nothing doing. And Big East goes thump, and he puts it straight down Corbett's throat. Cooper Harvey on the drive-by, gets onto the left leg, goes to the top of the square. The big fly, no one can take it. Ball at ground level. LBJ runs past Bairnsdale. And the big up and under will go out of bounds on the full, about 14 rows back. And Ronnie's brother will come in, Matt Corbett, to have a shot on goal from hard up against the boundary about 45 metres out. With the wind blowing the way it is, anything's possible from here, Box.
Anything is at the moment, Scotty, and it looks like it's 5 minutes to go, we've just been told.
And it's actually Oscar Clark, sorry, Box. I've given you the bum steer. And some sort of finish. I've given you the bum steer, and Oscar Clark's now in the mix for sure.
He's definitely in the mix for that. That was a fantastic goal, considering that the wind is pushing across the ground as it is. He made it do its dance and got a goal out of it as well.
7-10-52 Bairnsdale, now just 17 points behind Moe, who are 10-9-69 on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard. 26 and a half minutes played in the final quarter.
I looked up and saw Corbett, the closest player to it, and thought it's his kick for sure.
And Clark said, no, I'll take it.
And, well, he should kick him like that.
Well, 17 points, 26 and a half minutes gone. Surely it's not enough time. As they're back to the middle they go. East, little death tap down, and they've called a Shepherd again. It's not right. This is Ruckcraft at its best, and the free kicks are being given against him. And Moe go forward, Baldy with a chiselling kick to Balfour. Balfour's too far out to score. He chips it over the top, back to Riley Baldy, who ran on. Steps around Lockie Burn-Jones, now goes onto his left foot. High kick, into a one-on-one. Prowse can't mark it. Ground level favours the Redlegs, although they tap it out of the area. And now Trent Baldy will come in, give a handball to Balfour. Steps back in traffic, left foot kick, missed everything. Trickles along, out of bounds. Boundary throw in, 15 metres around.
I don't know whether you noticed it, but East wasn't too impressed with that umpire's decision. He chased like a man possessed then to get his hands on Baldy. If he had got him, we would have seen a homicide, I reckon.
So boundary throwing inside Moe's forward 50. East with a tap down again. Running onto it was Burn-Jones. Forward handball to Austin. The banana on the outside of the boot. Around the body it goes, and now Mulqueen can't complete the mark. Shields at ground level. Got ragdolled by Clark. The throw was called. Yes, it was. And it allowed our friend downstairs to pay the decision. And the free kick goes to Logan Austin, who wants to go quickly. He's got no one in the middle. They want to move it down the middle of the ground. He goes inboard on the 45 to Burn-Jones, who bursts away, has a bounce, wants to drive it inside. Top of the 50, it's going to go. Kelty's back there, has to become the spoiler. Ball at the back. Back there's Brock Smith. Left foot kick across the face of goal. Top of the 50 it is, though. And now Balfour with a smart little tap and then wants the free kick.
He's done that really well, Balfour, as well. He was 2-on-1, and he made sure the umpire saw him getting dragged down.
Final siren down at Morwell. I can tell you the Mafra win it. 8-4-52 have defeated the Tigers 7-7-49. The Tigers will be outside the 5 after this. And Bairnsdale might just... No, Tigers might stay in because Bairnsdale are going to lose. So interesting to see what the 5 will look like.
So long kick down here towards centre wing where the ball spent the most part of this last quarter, far side of the ground. We're nearly 30 minutes in. We're nearly 30 minutes in. You think it's Moe's for the taking here. The ball's on the opposite side of the ground to where it needs to be for Bairnsdale to score. So the umpire will throw this one back into play. East gets in front, sharks it out of the ruck, gets a handball forward. No one able to take it cleanly at half forward. A little hack kick forward there by Logan Austin, gains about 15, 18 metres, and we'll ball this one in about 75, or 2 full kicks from the Bairnsdale goal.
I might have to do a bit of a replay from the pre-game, Scotty, when we spoke about the Moore Mafra game.
I'll just focus on what's going on here and worry less about Trent Paulette if I was you.
Yeah, that's a good one too. That'll do, we're even.
East with a little flip over the back. Mitchell with another handball out towards Clay. They both go to ground. Free kick to Clay, pushing the back. Clay's got to get it and roll back quickly. Max East will present. He goes in that direction. Does it find him? Not quite. Spoiled by Declan Kelty. Handball out somehow. Randall Stewart with a flying shot at goal. Puts it through for the Redlegs. And they get a late one. Is there time at the 30-minute mark?
They'll give themselves a bit of a sniff here as well. I think there'll only be a couple of minutes left in it at the minute, but they've left their run too late for me. But it was a great little finish there as well.
Sorry there, Box.
That's all right.
Harvey Norman Computer Scoreboard.
8:10:58 to 10:9:69. I just asked if it was Randall Stewart.
It certainly was Randall Stewart. 30 minutes gone. Box, can you just chuck your head around the corner? Just get a bit of indication of how long might be to go. 2 minutes is the call.
Either that or he wants 2 cans.
Okay, well, 11 minutes, so they must get a clearance out of this right now, and it must be clean. It's Moe, though, and guess who? Riley Baldy. A kick around the body, half forward it goes. It gets to the top of the 50. Does it get inside? It does, because Danaher gives it to Belfer, and to seal the game, Jacob Belfer. Great work, Riley Baldy in the middle of the ground. Game over. Moe's going to win it.
It very much is now too, Scott, and they really push forward hard then too, and just a great read in the midfield there by Baldy, because Bairnsdale are on the run, but he happened to put his position himself beautifully. And got the ball forward. Just a lot of pace inside. Belfer's been great this last quarter as well from Moe.
And some of these blokes just put their hand up at the right time for their team, don't they? That was another classic example there from Baldy.
And that takes Moe back out to a 17-point lead, 11:09:75 to Bairnsdale 8:10:58. We've played 31 and a half minutes in the final quarter.
So we'll go back into the middle probably for the last time today, you would suspect. And East, who's been outstanding for his team all day and probably find himself on the vote cards at the league vote count, even though he's on the losing side, I'd reckon. Write that one down, Box, and see how wrong I am about that. He goes up and gets a tap down again. Baldy jumps on top of it, and he's quite happy to leave the ball in the centre circle and let the time keep ticking away, you would suspect, because there can't be long to go now. So East clears a bit of space this time and wins yet another tap down. Goes in the direction of Mitchell, who can't take it cleanly. He's besieged. They've jumped on top of him. It stacks on the mill. It's going to be ugly for the last 60 seconds, you would suggest, Box, unless East can get a big backhander onto this and put it into a bit of space.
Just watch this go all the way down.
Yep.
Big backhander into a little bit of space, and we clear things open. Ball on the ground there to be won. Mitchell goes in there, tries to rip it off his teammate and says, I'm doing that well, just give me the footy. But he can't get it clear of Blenheim's hands, and we'll ball this one up about 2 full kicks from the Bairnsdale goal. And he goes to the backhander again and misses this time. Sim gets in there and gets wrapped up in a tackle by Mitchell.
And the thing was too with East with his ruck work, he used one hand to push off and he slapped the ball forward. All day they've been playing that as a shepherd.
And he goes again and wins yet another tap, but this time it's hacked forward by Moe. Ball goes to the half forward area there, no one able to take it cleanly. And it stacks on the mill again, and the umpire's had a push in the back. And the kick will go the way of Moe, and they'll do well just to leave the ball on the ground and take all the time in the world. Sim, he gets up and limps back, turns, little chip pass down there, finds a teammate in space. Umpire didn't go 15, play on. And LBJ, Lachlan Byrne-Jones, lays a tackle, and Danaher bites the dust. And the 2 ruckmen go about their business again. Surprise, surprise, East gets a tap. They're into a little bit of space here. If they can get a clear kick on it, which Hamilton does, the ball gets out the back, but it's all Moe at ground level, you would suspect. Mulqueen lets it bounce over his head, and Kelty says, it's all right, I'm back here now. I've kicked my 4 goals. I'll do it at both ends. And speaking of doing it at both ends, a little kick finds Baldy, and that's Riley, and he'll sit on the ball at the half-back flank for as long as he can.
He's been huge in this final quarter for Gippsland. Ozuzu Ute.
9 disposals.
As his right foot kick goes towards Prowse. Big spoil from Tatnall. Ball goes in the middle of the ground. Woodall was there to attack it. Kept his feet, did well. And he got held. And he'll win the free kick. He's cramped. he has to give it up. He held on to Blenheim, and Blenheim's left foot kick to half forward. Kieran Vickery will be the target. Can't complete it. Stewart handballed straight to the opposition. Maslin got a forward one to Van Dyke. He got it out wide. Siren sounds. And the Lions travel east and get the 4 points. It's a much needed one because we got a big result down in South Gippsland as well. But all of a sudden, Moe might just shore themselves a spot in the top 3 now with this big road victory against Bairnsdale. Their season, though, is still alive with a couple of results down the highway going their way. It is game on, and we are going to get to all the post-game scores after the break. Of course, we'll get to our player of the day. We'll get to our goal of the day as well. But it was Moe winning 11-9-75, defeating Bairnsdale 8-10-58. It's Gippsland Live on TRFM, and it's thanks to Harvey Norman, Electrical Gippsland.